3 blue, so we're good.
We're good. I'm glad you're looking at that now. I've told you about that. That is definitely a good thing. I really should be actually mid-pour as that happens next time.
Oh, is it? Yeah.
Like actually like be pouring the glass, and as it happens, like, oh, sorry, you caught me in the middle of something.
Have an empty glass, and that just provides the sound. An empty bottle.
But that'd be depressing.
Yeah. But you had the sound.
I do, but I don't have the flavor that I want.
It's light.
I need the other 2 out of 3 senses there. I need the taste, and I need the smell, and I have the sound. I guess that's not too bad. How's everybody doing? Baker, it is good to see you. Good to see everybody here on a Thursday evening. It is podcast time once again for us here as the only founders and people that are part of About Beverages.
It's true. The only employees.
The only employees of About Beverages. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Keith.
And we've been doing this for a little bit now. We've been doing some podcasting.
Since the beginning of 2009.
Okay, so it's been a while. Yeah. It's been a while. But yeah, we're going to get together, talk about some different beverages. I've literally been talking up this show since about Tuesday or Wednesday. I've been mentioning it multiple times. It's like, I'm so excited for the 3 things we have. They're, like I said, the tequila that we have, the wine that you're bringing to the table. Like I said, being able to do the sparkling water from a local place. Excited for all that. Like, I was just like, oh my God, I couldn't stop.
Good variety.
Yeah, exactly. Unfortunately, for 2 days, I was calling it a Riesling.
That's because I provided you with that information.
So it happens.
Yeah, I thought I had bought the Gruner Veltliner, and then for some reason, I looked at what I sent you, which was all in German. And I thought, I wonder if I can...
So that I had fixed because I initially clicked on that. Yeah. I was like, okay, I bet I can. And I found then the English version of that. I was like, okay, we're set. Yeah. And I did everything today.
Yep. and then I found you the English version, sent you that obviously later then.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden I was like, boy, I really thought I had got, and because I sent you the Riesling link, and then I thought the Riesling. And then
nice, I like that.
I thought I got a Gruner, but I thought, what was the only one at Total Wine? So maybe that is what I got. And then when I grabbed the bottle, come over here, I'm like, son of a bitch, it is a Gruner. I was like, I sent him the wrong one.
I get this text as Keith is on the way over, and he's like, hey, I sent you the wrong one.
I have a
Gruner.
Like,
I did get the Gruner.
I'm on my way.
I literally stopped everything I was doing. I was like, I'm just going to wait till he gets here to see what the bottle looks like.
I have no idea what he's doing.
Because I searched for, I thought I had found it, which I kind of did. And like I said, all the links actually are accurate and updated now. So you guys can click on there it is. It's up there. There's all the stuff that we're having tonight. But then there was one bottle that was that, and they must have done some because then the lettering was all different and moved. I was like, maybe is that it? I'm like, I'm gonna wait, maybe because it's oh, that's the American labeling versus the actual, labeling from Austria or whatever. I was like, I got so confused. Like, I'm just gonna wait till the bottle arrives and I will discover it from there. But yeah, how's everything going? Everything going well? Going good?
Things are good.
Yeah. Little excursion to Total Wine, which is you Total actually wine? Bringing a wine to the table that is not from Trader Joe's.
Not from Trader Joe's.
Also another milestone.
Yes, I know. I bought 2. Well, and here's why. I had a $50 gift card, and I bought 2 bottles.
Okay.
And I needed to pay $1 something in cash.
I was just going to say, I did, because one of the links I did find was the Total Wine. So I was like, oh my gosh, he doubled his budget, almost tripled his budget.
But it was worth it because that's why you have gift cards. And I wanted to get, because the wine we're having is not one that I tried there, but is from that wine, the winery that we visited in Austria. So it was the only one they had a Total Wine from there. I was just surprised to find anything there. I was just looking for something from Austria to bring, and then when I saw that, I was like, "Oh, okay,
that's
I will get that." But there's some. Obviously, most of my wine shopping is done at Trader Joe's,
and that's fine. They have a great selection. I think there's nothing against Trader Joe's.
I think, so what I want you to, what we'll do is, especially tonight when we try this, when the other one comes in that we carry, that's a Hungarian Gruner. I want to bring that over because I've had one customer say it's the same grape and it's a great price and they like that. So that's when that one comes back. We'll throw that. It doesn't have to necessarily be a podcast. It can be an opener or something like that.
Okay.
But we will have that for comparison.
That'll be really cool.
Purposes.
Yeah, definitely. Then we almost need to make this one be a podcast, and so we can have notes on it and full recording and all that, and just easy to find because we could even go back and look at what we thought of it too if we need to, depending on how long. I don't know. Do you have any idea when that one's coming back in stock?
The last I had read was supposed to be end of July, so it could be close.
Okay, slow boat from Hungary.
That's right.
Okay, that's right. I don't know do they obviously around the world, depending on the hemisphere you're in. There's always different growing seasons and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Is that was there a lapse in having it just because it's we're waiting for the new crop? Do you give any idea about that?
I don't know. Usually it's just waiting for the new crop.
Okay.
And if sometimes things sell better throughout the course of the year. So maybe we just went through what we normally have allotted to us.
Gotcha.
Faster, or maybe it was it could have also been a smaller amount to begin with. So.
Sure.
But
so you did that, and then you also made a little excursion over to Tap and Bottle, which is
Tap and Bottle.
Yeah, that's always a good time going there.
That was good. No, I wound up I talked to Rebecca for a little bit. I saw Scott. Used up some of my rewards money and some of the gift cards that I have, which and that 20% birthday, that's good till like the next year.
Oh yeah.
I was wondering if you had like a certain time to use it, like that month or whatever. No,
they have honestly, if you are in Southern Arizona and are anywhere near any of their locations, and hashtag not an ad, they pay us nothing for this. I wish they would, but they don't. Literally the best rewards program I've ever seen. It's not only is the service wonderful, the people there are great, the selection is awesome, but then it's on top of that, their rewards programs over the. I probably shouldn't say this because they're going to cut it back at some point, but obviously they haven't yet, and it's like I said,
that's what
they've been doing. What the one place just had their was it North just had their 6-year anniversary.
North is 6 and downtown is 10.
Downtown is 10. I said, so they're not going away, and that's a wonderful, wonderful thing because. Like I said, obviously love shopping and all the events and stuff.
No, she was wanting. She's like, because I said, I know you have these things, and I said, I want to certainly work within the system, but I don't want it to be like, oh, that Keith, what a bastard. He did that. And she's like, no, she's like, you just can't use the two together. But she said, this is what we want you to do. She said, we have some people that they're going to use their 20% off on a draft beer. And we're like, no, get something else.
Yeah.
So this is, their way of, so anyway, but.
I think next time, when I have that one hit, if it's still around on my birthday, I'll make sure I wait and then buy a bottle of whiskey or something with it. Take advantage of that for sure. Cause they always have even good selection of those.
Cause it's cool. They used to be like a free beer.
Yeah, a free beer on your birthday.
20% off.
Yeah.
That could be a beer that you drink while you're spending lots of money.
Exactly. Yeah. That's the smartest thing they do is that you can drink and shop at the same time, which is bad for people like us.
And they have wine. In fact, I've talked to her. They do have some Austrian wines. And I will show this when we bring that wine out. There's like a little Austrian flag or something on the top of all the wines from Austria.
Oh, interesting.
Which I didn't realize at Total Wine.
Is that mandated?
She showed. I don't know if it's mandated or just a way to set us, for them to maybe, all of the Austrian vintners wineries have gotten together and thought, hey, let's celebrate what we do. But so they have some. So I might actually invest in and get something from them as well. So I'd definitely be I don't ever think about, I shouldn't say we don't, I don't ever think about that area for wine growing and everything like that. So it's for grapes and everything. So that's would be a neat thing to kind of start exploring some of those. Yep.
Afternoon, everybody.
Hey.
What's the story, Noam? Thirsty guy walks into a bar. You finish it.
Brothers, thank you for the 3 months of subscribing. I appreciate that. 3 months, Andrew, and nice to see you, brother.
All right.
Appreciate that. Thank you so much, brothers. How are you doing this fine evening? Let's get out a beverage while we continue our conversation. So the first one of the evening is one you showed me 3, you had so many things. Sometimes we're like,
once again,
what should we have? What should we have? What should we do? All this kind of stuff. And like I said, for the first time, you showed me how about, I was like, I like all these, I guess I'll pick this one. How does that sound? You're like, that sounds great. We're gonna have to
because they carry what's the Liquid Death? They carry those waters now there, and that was
I saw that. So at first, when I saw the Liquid Death, I had to scroll, zoom in on it because I was like, oh, I think that's the Mango Chainsaw. We've had that, and then I was like, oh, that's the tea one with. I was like, oh, we haven't. So I was like, oh, that's interesting.
Vitamins and something. So
and then the middle one, which was like a
Trepeche or something.
Yeah, so it's like a fermented Mexican beverage. I had literally just saw a video about that not 3 or 4 days ago.
Oh, wow.
How to make it yourself with like I said, he had a pink pineapple specifically. Okay. I don't know if you have to do it that way, but with the, sugar and that and adding in a few different things. And then you let it sit out for, whatever, but it's like a refreshing, like just kind of summer kind of beverage. And it's the guy that I've watched on some of his tequila, not the one that suggested this tequila, but is, like I said, done some other stuff on tequila. So he was making that. And it was so funny. Like also, I was like, Trepet? Like I just heard about it.
Yeah, I'd never heard about it.
My phone is listening. My phone knows the future.
We were talking about some non-alcohol things and how she shares the same opinion on non-alcohol beers. It needs to taste like a beer if I'm going to drink it, or I'll drink something else. She's like, I'll drink a sparkling water or something.
Right.
So we were talking about that, and then she pointed those out. They had three different flavors of those. So
from Pueblo Vida. Or for the Trepeche?
Of the Trepeche.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Gotcha. Sorry.
Yep.
This is for your brother. What is your name? As this is my first podcast here, how much older are you than Andrew? You can divulge whatever of that you want to.
Well, my name is Keith, and I am
11,
almost 11.
So
10 and a half.
10 and a half years older.
10 and a half years older.
He was like, I would have thought younger. That's how it usually goes.
The color, no,
the beard gives it away.
The stuff gives it away.
Beard and the hair might start to give it away now.
Didn't you? The fact that I fall asleep toward the end of the podcast, that gives it away.
Yeah, we don't end after 2 hours because we don't have other things to say. It's Keith's falling asleep. It's past his bedtime.
See, so how much older are you than Andrew? He didn't say what's the age difference, or
just
it was already in there.
Yeah.
Okay. So
yeah, not too bad.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm very excited about this. I thought this was like I have never heard of this.
I've seen it and heard of it.
Okay, but it looks like it's been around for a little bit.
I think August of last year was when it was first released.
That was the link.
That's what I looked at.
That's the link I was able to find.
I actually did some research today.
Oh my God.
I did a little homework. I thought I should be somewhat prepared.
Especially when it's the beverage you're bringing to the table.
I sent you the wrong link about the wine.
That happens.
Well, we've been talking about these types of beverages and the fact that you you're a beverage brewing friend and partner is making this for pennies per glass.
I know, it's crazy. Should I ask now how much this is? $3?
No, it's $2.50.
Okay, I was going to say $2.50, and then I was like, there's usually a Pueblo Vita tax of like $3. But these are, does it come in a 4-pack? I'm assuming, or could go in a 4-pack. Awesome, amazing person. This is an amazing community to be a part of. Mama done right, brothers.
There you go.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. I am very happy that you are also a part of this community and hanging out. You've been awesome as well.
So it's just about getting together and talking about beverages or sports or life and being there for and support and love and all that stuff. It's just that's what we're here for.
I think people like try to come in and like I had one person the other day that like it was a new person in, and you can always tell by the questions, so that they're like, beverage podcast. Is it about getting drunk? Like that's always like you can always tell right away when someone leads with that. You're like, okay,
no,
okay, let's see how this goes. And I try and like be like, no, we talk kind of the opposite about like appreciating consumption. Like we always joke about a lot of times if it's alcohol, we're putting poison into our body, so might as well make it taste good. So we're not buying the cheaper, like you don't buy the cheaper stuff and whatever else. So this actually does go through a brewing process, obviously, because it's less than 0.5% of alcohol, so it is a non-alcoholic thing. So it's not necessarily a hop water, because the hop waters don't use any of that stuff at all, right?
Hop waters don't use what?
Like a hop water has no alcohol in it.
I think it's the same sort of thing.
Is it?
I'm not 100% sure. I think they have to probably say that but I'm not 100% sure.
And it's interesting too, Pueblo Vita Beverage Company as opposed to brewing. So I wonder if they actually had to start a separate
offshoot or something.
Yeah. Sports. Okay, time to ask who the GOAT of football is. Oh my God. The GOAT of football. It's so hard because I think you have to kind of separate by position.
To some extent.
Because you could say Jerry Rice, you could say Tom Brady.
Yep.
You could say Joe Montana. Walter Payton, if you're talking running back. I mean, you can Bo Jackson, double sport. You could say great in 2 sports. That's kind of one of those hard ones. It's a fun conversation,
sure.
But it's a hard one to answer.
Ken Stabler? Oh, wait, no. I don't know. Maybe Ken Stabler.
Now I got to look that up. What was it? What was the other one we used to drink?
Hops water, H2O.
H2. Hop sparkling water. What does this say? Zero alcohol.
Zero. Okay.
So yeah, those are the ones I was thinking of that like literally had nothing. So this one must have been a slight.
Well, then there's Lagunitas does their.
They do their NA, which is non-alcoholic.
Well, they have but then they do something like this too. They have a hop water, spritz, sort of thing.
Do they literally call it a spritz, or you just?
I don't know if they call it a spritz, but
we had one of theirs because we didn't like theirs quite as much.
We liked they do their Lagunitas. The NA is NA. That's the beer, but then they had they have something along this line as well.
So there's a little bit of alcohol in it. They must have to say it, so there must be some sort of brewing there. Evening, Bev Boys. Pocket. How's it going? Always good to see
Pocket.
You.
Yes.
Good to see you.
It's Thursday night game night for Pocket. She rounds up the troops and plays a little league. And
oh, nice.
I think even Ben might be playing tonight when he gets home.
Nice.
So Yes.
So a little cloudy, a little almost yellow. Like there's a little hint of, like it's an off, like it's an off color. Very hoppy smelling. Wow. The hops they use in here are Citra, Strata, and Mosaic, if you're curious.
Solid
group right there.
Yeah.
Smells good. That's good.
Yeah.
That's very refreshing.
I mean, I would rather drink that than most of the non-alcoholic beers we've tried.
I can 100% agree with
the
that.
one that we've had, and once again, it was funny. Rebecca I was like, wow, she feels the same way. But and probably because Scott had pointed out was the Busty Lush one that was kind of like,
because it was more like a sour though. It was almost like a Berliner Weiss.
Yeah,
so
she said the stout's not bad because it has a good mouthfeel. But yeah, that's
did she?
Yeah.
Did she talk poorly of the Athletic Brewing Company?
Yeah, she wasn't a huge fan.
Thank God.
We started carrying their IPA, the Run Wild.
I see that more now too. When we were in California,
I'm going to get one, and I'm going to bring it over maybe for next week.
When we were in California for a little bit, like I said, they were like literally in Target, like in 12 packs. So they've kind of grown to that mass market. My opinion, Tom Brady is because of his accomplishments on the field: 7 Super Bowls, 9 AFC Championship wins, holds every quarterback record, and holds them by a wide margin. Always taking pay cuts to bring better players to help them win, and yet they never really brought in other players to help them win. It was still a lot of Tom Brady. To be honest, that team screwed him over so bad for the pay cuts that he took, in my opinion. And I can't disagree with any of that stuff. I mean, like I said,
are we speaking with someone here who is a Patriots fan?
I don't know. That's
or
a
just
good question.
A football fan,
brothers. Yeah, what are you bringing to the table
because
there?
Either way, I mean, that's a solid argument, and you can't. I don't think you can. I don't think you could dispute that. There's very well stated.
I mean, until Patrick Mahomes takes all those records, then what do you do? Do you then obviously
it's
Patrick
a few
Mahomes
years down the road, but he's on his way.
I wonder what that's always, because with Tom Brady, it was not only the numbers, it's the longevity. He played for so long.
Yep.
Like that's the thing. He played till he was 40. Like that's asking a lot of any
crazy.
athlete.
Yeah.
And to be at still such a high level, except for the very last season where he kind of tapered off a little bit.
And even then, it was
still
did all right.
Yeah, it was still good compared to a lot of other players.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's definitely an interesting conversation. You're just a fan of Tom Brady? Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's fair. Like I said, no, he's amazing athlete.
I should have had my Tampa Bay shirt on.
You could have. Yeah, that would have been good.
Dan Patrick signed a 4.5-year extension. He says he's going to retire in 4.5 years.
It's a weird number.
Christmas of 2027 will be
4.5. Oh, okay.
So,
oh, is he owned by somebody? Because they started their own network kind of thing, and then
it's his own show, but he must. Yeah, I don't know.
He must
through somebody.
Okay,
I don't know, but he signed a contract extension.
So all the younger Danettes know they've got to find something.
They've got to find something or a replacement. So,
or maybe they take over.
Start grooming.
Yeah, maybe one of them starts. All of a sudden,
they just
over those years,
them.
you see a lot more vacation. And there's some guy that's always filling in consistently. That's probably going to be the guy.
Yeah.
Teams are Seahawks, Buccaneers, New York Giants, and the Broncos. Oh, nice. Okay, that's a good selection. Buccaneers, Tom Brady. New York Giants, not Tom Brady. Broncos and Seahawks. So you've got Russell Wilson, two places.
Yeah. Oh, I wonder if maybe there's a connection there.
Could be. I wonder.
The Giants being the only team to beat Tom Brady in the Super Bowl.
Oh, that's true. Interesting. How did you feel about that? Were you conflicted as a fan of Tom Brady, but a Giants fan? How was that Super Bowl for you? Great point. That's a good question. Yeah, I really like this. And I think for 250, this has probably been one of the best ones of these that I've had. And I 100% agree. I would rather have this that just kind of brings some of the hop flavor that I enjoy.
That's right. And the Eagles. That's true. That's true. You are correct.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That's right.
Forgot about that.
Forget about that one. But
that's
yes,
right.
It's true.
Nick Foles.
Yeah.
The Philly special.
Nick Foles catching a touchdown.
That's right.
Yeah, this is to me this is the way to go if I'm gonna have something that's beer
unless that other one
adjacent
can
to
yeah, exactly. Unless that other beer can actually bring the body finally and then bring this flavor. But we've had those other ones and they don't have this much hop character in it.
Yeah,
that's what actually blows my mind.
Yeah.
You would think the thing that they could do to make it taste most like a beer and that's never brought to the table in the. I mean, how many of those we've had? I know a couple of them have been stouts, but we've had several of the other IPAs. We've had the gluten reduced and gluten free ones and stuff. Like the gluten reduced of Stone is probably the best one of those.
Yeah. Oh well, the Holiday we like that. That was a gluten free.
That's true. That one was gluten free.
That's
true. That was the best of those.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, the Athletic Brewing ones like we've had, and those were just
I might
not good at all.
Just for the heck of it.
I'm happy to try it. I mean,
I'll
always keep trying them.
Yeah.
If anything, we just keep going like, nope, that's not it.
That's not it.
Until they sponsor the show, then we love them. My wife was watching Wayne's World, so it made me think of that. They're like, I'm getting a headache. Oh, do you want some aspirin then? And it's like all the ads like in like 2 minutes where that's, I think it's just, sad when people just sell out for just doing that stuff.
Wayne's World. Rob Lowe and his triumphant comeback at that time.
Yeah.
He'd kind of been disgraced there for a little bit.
Yeah, you'd kind
toward
of
the late 80s with stuff going on, but then that role was kind of fun.
Yeah, that was a good one. And Perkins.
Wait, that's not that.
No, but it's not Rob Lowe.
Literally.
Yeah, that one's pretty delicious. So obviously I was in California.
I was going to say, you guys, ventured.
We did journey a little bit. Like I said, just some beach time and some relaxing, nothing like too exciting. But we found what I was going to tell you about in pre-show, and then I stopped myself because I was like, well, we might as well talk about it.
We realized
we start to do that stuff.
Then we have nothing to talk about.
Yeah.
Or we can talk about it again.
Then it's not quite as interesting.
Yeah. I heard this story already about 20 minutes ago.
If you're ever in Oceanside, California, where we were staying, but I mean, if you're nearish the beach, there is an amazing restaurant. It's called Local Tap Room and Kitchen.
Okay,
food fantastic. The usual kind of out San Diego atmosphere. Like I said, there's a little inside area that's kind of neat, kind of more like wood and metal, kind of and not industrial, but that kind of vibe to it, like darker wood, and then the nice outside seating area, which is obviously if you're near-ish the beach. That's going to be pretty nice out there, but amazing selection of beers, like rotating taps. There's like 30 things on tap, always like rotating through them. They're one of their things for us. We went back. We liked it so much the first time we literally went back a second. So we went twice.
Sure.
It's one of those things like on vacation, usually like, oh, we want to go to a different place or whatever. But we had everything was so good. And there was so many things on the menu.
More stuff you want to try.
Yeah, that was the thing. Like it wasn't like, oh, we all had the one thing that was good. Everything else was like, nothing else seemed great. Yeah. And you go on to some, there was, and even after that, there was still stuff for like, man, we could have come back. If we drive back up here tomorrow, like, because we were going to be going further from there, but it was great. But they had at the very top, they had, every day was a different style of deviled eggs.
Oh, I love deviled eggs.
Oh my God. They were so good.
Wow.
It was like you got 6 of them. In a little thing. And the first day it was like some sort of like riff on like a blue cheese kind of thing, because it had bacon, and then it was like a sriracha, like aioli thing for what was whipped into the yolk itself. And then there was like a little bit of blue cheese crumbles on top. And oh my God, they were insane. They were so
eggs,
good.
you could have this table could be full of them, and I would eat them until I passed out.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, it would be like eggs. Literally like Paul Newman in Cool Hand Luke. I can eat 50 eggs.
I never saw Cool Hand.
You ever seen Cool Hand Luke?
No.
Oh my God, that's a good movie. There's a classic thing. Like that whole scene is classic, where he eats all the eggs.
I've heard about that. Yeah,
gets super fat, and then like eats 50 of them in however much time. So that's like crazy. And then the thing afterward, like they always the famous line with the guy. That's the way he wants it, or what we've got here is a failure.
Oh, right.
That's also from that too. But yeah. So growing up, Eli Manning, Kyle Orton.
I haven't heard that name.
I love that. Chicago Bears fans here, so love hearing a Kyle Orton reference. Matt Hasselbeck and Byron Leftwich were my favorite quarterbacks, and Tom Brady. Fun fact, during the Super Bowl that Tom Brady and the Bucs won, Byron Leftwich is the offensive coordinator. That's true.
A combination of two.
That's right.
Oh, I almost did the sign language for football. That's this.
Oh, yeah. Did you ask? Oh, what was my question? Hockey. I said, what was the sign language for hockey?
Oh, yeah. Hockey is this.
So it's almost like you have a stick on the ice?
Yeah, it's this. This is hockey.
Okay.
And then ice skating is this. Serious. Yeah, because it's like you're doing both.
Okay. Football, hockey,
basketball.
Oh, basketball.
Like I was thinking like I'm doing a chest pass.
Almost like you're doing a chest pass.
Baseball.
Baseball is literally that. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Skating. Okay.
Skating and then hockey.
Yep. That's too funny. Yeah, Leftwich being there didn't work out quite as well the next year with Leftwich and Brady, but they tried. But yeah, so we went to that place. So that was the first day. So we went back the next day, like, and it was great too, because it was so funny. The second day was, we had the same like hostess and waitress or whatever. So we went in and she was like, "Hi again." And we're like, "Hi." We're like, "Can we have the table over there again?"
More deviled eggs.
Literally, she walked over and I said, my first question, what's the deviled eggs? Because we made a big deal about the day. And so then the second day was something with it was like a deep fried like jalapeno, like on top of like a little, a sliver of that with, I can't remember if there was what there was, but yeah, it was each time the presentation was fantastic. They were delicious. Like it was nuts. Like I said, and they had some great, like I said, some vegan options and some ramen bowl things. And then like I said, the second day I had some sort of, it was like a chili, like green chili pulled like chicken in like a wrap with like lettuce and tomato and bacon. So it was kind of like a riff on almost like a California BLT kind of thing. And oh my God, it was. And like I said, the beers were great too. They had a really good selection. I think the only thing it was lacking was there was not a ton of stouts on the menu.
Okay.
A lot of IPA, which is fine. A lot of IPAs, all that kind of stuff. But that kind of, it was just missing that a little. There was only stout that was on there I wound up ordering was the Abnormal, Mostra coffee, the coffee stout. Is it Abnormal? It's like Mostra coffee stout, something like that.
Keith, this is for you. Do you think like me that Patrick Mahomes won't catch Brady?
Oh, dude, his play style. I also don't think you should not be a fan of someone because they don't take pay cuts. Because Patrick Mahomes is also underpaid compared to what other quarterbacks are making now. Yeah. He's already won 2 Super Bowls.
I think that while Patrick Mahomes doesn't play as, conservatively pocket-based as Tom Brady, I think he's still smart.
Brady also lost a full season too.
And that's what he's saying.
Just think of what his stats could have been too.
And that year, they almost got to. They didn't get. They were 11-5 that year and didn't get to the playoffs.
Make the playoffs, which is crazy.
I don't know. I think Mahomes is pretty smart and knows and kind of picks his spots. Now that being said, he did get hurt a couple times last year, which was. So, maybe he's going to need to be a little more safe. Yeah, I think that'll be the thing. I think that'll be the thing to see if how he handles the next couple of years as far as durability goes. But I think he could. I think he's still smart enough to stay safe. I don't think he's going to play that many years.
I don't think anybody would anymore. I wouldn't want to.
Brady said that for a long time, that kind of was his goal.
That's the thing. If I played football and I'd made Patrick, after I was done with 10 years, I'd be like, I'm out. Yeah. I can walk. I still have my brain. I'd be done.
Yeah. A quarterback, though, you have the best odds of making that.
It's true.
But
yeah, his play style, I think, is a little bit more like he definitely more than Tom Brady, because Tom Brady was kind of a statue back there and, had good offensive lines to protect him. Patrick Mahomes on a 10-year, 500. Yeah, that's, again, still underpaid compared to what the other. I'm not saying he should take more, but also from everything I heard when he took that contract, the Chiefs said they were very happy with it because that gave them the flexibility. You see them bringing in new players. And here's the thing. When you have someone as good as Patrick Mahomes, you don't have to pay that many other people because he literally makes everyone around him better. And that's, I think, the difference between like when you see Lamar Jackson get a huge contract and other players. I think that's someone that's like that's an overpaid contract. Like I said, I think he's, tremendous in certain ways, but I also think he doesn't have near the skills. Whereas Patrick Mahomes literally makes, he is the tight end that he has.
Travis
Kelce. But like, other than that, everyone else is kind of like either small deals or they came in for a little bit. They don't need to pay. Like, again, that's one of those things. They don't need to spread that. Like, they had to have a better defense, which they did. They made to make sure of that. And then after that, like, you kind of don't need, and I think that's where the money is valid.
Yeah.
If everyone thinks just because that's the new quarterback money, that's where I would agree that that's wrong, and you'll overpay, and then your team is just garbage. Like I said, if they offered, someone like right now, like Justin Fields, if he got a quarterback like that right now, we haven't seen anything from him, even as a Bears fan, that he's going to make everyone else better.
Right.
He's going to be very good doing what he does. They need to put other pieces around him, but he's definitely someone, at least right now, that looks like he needs pieces to achieve his goals. Whereas Patrick Mahomes right off the rip was, I'm making everyone else around me better. We don't need, like I said, they don't have to have a $20 million receiver.
If only he would have been available in that draft that when we draft. Oh, wait.
Like, no one else knew about him. It's so ridiculous.
I know.
The one person that we probably could have taken that everyone knew about, I'm glad we didn't, because now you know so much about him.
Yeah.
So I'm glad we didn't take him, and now the Browns have that to deal with.
Yep.
I can't, like, that's, you want to talk about an over.
I just think with Lamar Jackson,
contract.
he's talented, but he's also fragile. He's missed like almost half of the last
he
two
hasn't
seasons,
made it
or a big portion of the last 2 seasons.
He has not made it through a couple seasons now.
And that's definitely playing style. So, but but Mahomes is at that. He's at that next level. So
Mahomes does get hurt, but it's usually, it's not because he's forcing that. It's an area they have no cap space. They have to draft players and sign free agents that don't cost much. Not a fan of the young quarterback that are spoiled and have attitude. I don't think Patrick Mahomes has any attitude issues. I think you're kind of making a little bit of a blanket.
His brother does, but
yeah, his brother's not great. I don't see that.
Unfortunately, they're brothers for life.
I don't see that with him.
Yeah.
Like I said, again, if we're talking specifically about Patrick Mahomes, like I said, I think he is.
Yeah.
He seems okay in my book for the most part. And again, $50 million a year in the way the NFL is now, that is, again, looking at how contracts are going forward, that's honestly a budget move almost for Kansas City. Yeah. I don't know specifically their cap issues. If you've been going through their cap more than I have not. I don't look at every NFL team. I just know when they come out and say, hey, this was a great move for us and this is good, and you're signing literally one of the top quarterback in there. Just not a fan of the type of the NFL players coming in. And you can totally, it's depends on the team. Like I said, I think honestly, that's one of the things I've been happiest with about the Bears the last couple of years, even though obviously we haven't won. Hopefully we're building a better quality of team. And, but it seems like we're going for quality players. We're going for people of character, and we'll see how that keeps playing out. Maybe we never win because we just keep going for character players, but, so far, so good. So far, so good, at least when it comes to that kind of stuff. I'm a big fan of Justin Fields, Ohio State alumni. Nice. Well, there, I appreciate that. Yeah. I get what you're saying, though. There definitely is, there can be attitude with people that, you want your quarterback to have a little swagger behind them, but you also don't want that to be ego, you know what I mean, on top of that. So
what do you think of, CJ Stroud, right? That's Ohio State, right? Going to Carolina? Right? Number 1 pick? Wasn't that the... No, that's Bryce Young.
Bryce Young.
Oh, CJ Stroud went number 2.
Yeah. Yeah, Stroud went number 2.
Right?
Was it?
Yeah, I think he went number 2. Who?
The Texans.
Texans, yeah. Okay. There you go.
Texans went
big fan, and he will succeed. All right.
Yeah, Stroud to the Texans, and then they jumped back in and they got that defensive player. They
traded with the Cardinals, I think, right? Yep. We'll see.
That's a quarterback, probably the Cardinals quarterback. You want to talk about someone that probably is possibly a little overpaid, injury prone, and also a little attitude and plays too much Call of Duty.
Yeah.
from what the rumors always were, but who knows?
Who knows
with that stuff? We only see what people want to put out sometimes. But I agree. I think we've always talked about that. I think the more goofy thing is the NBA and MLB. Those contracts are so huge, like even more than the NFL. Some of those are even more than the NFL.
Salary.
I mean, they don't have to have as many players, so then they also can put those bigger contracts into less people. But then those are all guaranteed.
Yeah.
And I know the NFL, like it does, like, so that's, to me, if I was an NFL player, and a lot of them, that's what they look at. Like, I wouldn't care about that if the number at the end said $1 billion. How much am I guaranteed that no matter what happens, am I going to get? That number is the number that should be most important to anybody making a contract. Yep. Even if you do a 5-year deal, okay, 3 years are guaranteed. I'm guaranteed at least X amount. That's what those deals should mean to you as a player. But, they always like trying to have the biggest number possible. Like when Tyreek Hill went to the Dolphins and stuff, it was like, I got to make sure I've got the biggest wide receiver, all those kinds of things. And so...
$1 million. Oh, wait, no,
exactly.
More than that.
$100 million.
$1
11 billion. But yeah, like I said, California was great. Like I said, that was probably one of we went to Seaport Village. Have you ever been there before? Like, I think you've probably been there. That was
San Diego.
San Diego. Yeah. That was nice. But yeah, like I said, that restaurant in particular was great. That was probably.
Did you do any cocktail drinking, or was it all beer?
Was almost going to get a cocktail, and then you know what, actually the last place we ate was the Fish Market. It's a seafood restaurant, and I had 2 Bloody Marys while I was there. because it came with a giant shrimp on the outside too. The Bloody Mary was pretty good too. Like I said, yeah. We did that because we had some oysters and stuff like that. Do you like oysters? Have you ever had oysters?
Oh yeah,
yeah. So we had some oysters, and then, like I said, had to have little fish and chips with my Bloody Mary. But that was pretty good. So that was the only place I had a cocktail. We couldn't find. We were doing some I was like, as we were going around different shops, like I was looking for different whiskeys and spirits and like seeing if you name it, like I found it, but it was all overpriced. Like no matter what store you went into, there was literally one of the first places I went into. I walked in, I turned the corner, they had like 15 bottles of Bland's. No, not exaggerating. And they had Stag Junior. They had like, one of my favorites there. They had E.H. Taylor. They had Eagle Rare.
How
they
much
had like
was the
all the things $249. No wonder you have 15 bottles here. You're selling it at 5 times the price.
Wow.
The cheapest we found Blanton's for when we were walking around at stores was the very last night we went in, saw like this little out of the way store. It was like, turned out to be really nice. It was like a neat little place. We found Keith. Joe actually found, what was it? It was a Ghosts Are Red was there.
Oh, nice.
And there was another one from the brewery. I found a couple Pliny's there. So that was the only place I found that. So they were $8 though. That seemed like a little pricey, but I was like,
for Pliny?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's
usually around like 5 or 6. So I was like, I haven't seen it. I'm like,
prices
last
are going
night I
up.
was grabbing a couple.
Yeah.
But when we went in there, that was the cheapest, $130 for a bottle of Bland's was literally the cheapest price we saw anywhere. They had a Pappy for $1,500 if you wanted that. They had the.
You should have texted me.
Yeah, they had the single barrel of the Jack Daniels that I'm always talking about. They had that there. That was like $1,000, I think.
Oh,
they had this neat, but it's so funny because it's like they know their prices because all that stuff will be super skewed. But then they had the Gray Whale gin for $30, like almost cheaper. Like I almost bought a bottle. It's like this is $5 cheaper than I can find it in Arizona.
Yeah, I've got it. For
and they
34.
had the Hendrix for $32, and they had like so like everything else that should be a certain price was the right price, and then that stuff you're just like, God, it's not even close. Like, cause we even looked at each other. I was like, if that Bland's was like 80, like I even would have been like, all right, I'm just going to get one, like, or whatever. Like I'll pay a little over, but so basically double. I was like, God, that's just not, that's just a little painful.
There's too many other good ones out there.
Want to see my sports fans come out. Can you name the last 30 super winner? Oh, that's not happening. That's not happening. At least not for me. I don't know. Do you have, are you able to?
Well, that's 1993. So that's like when Dallas was winning the second or third of theirs in a row.
So depending on 90,
that, Dallas won in, the Giants won in 91.
91.
Dallas won in 92, 93, 94.
Did they win 3 in a row?
Yeah.
Oh, they did because the last
No, the Redskins. The Redskins won in 90. Yeah, the Redskins, I'm sorry.
Well, at the time, it was the Redskins.
They were the Redskins at that time. The Washington football team.
Right. The Commanders.
The Commanders. So, 90. Right, because the Bills lost 4 in a row.
Right.
So, and I think they lost. They lost to the Giants. So, Giants in 91. I know we've gone back farther. Commanders in 92. Dallas in 93, 94, and 95, because I think they beat the Steelers in 95. 6. I don't know who was 97. We should know this, though. Oh, no, 96. There was the Packers won one year. The Broncos won a couple of years in a row. I'm missing somebody in there.
The Broncos won back-to-back. I remember that with LA.
Yeah. And the Ravens in 2000. I think I've missed something in there. Then 2001 was the... Oh, no, the Rams were in 2000.
Oh, okay.
No, the Rams won was it 99? So, like, Rams, Ravens, Patriots. Patriots won 2 years? No, they didn't win 2 years in a row.
I don't know. We can just say 9 years or 7.
Anyways,
7 Patriots.
You could probably figure it out. But
there's 7 Patriots.
This is going to be very boring for most people.
There's 7 Patriots wins in there. There's 2.
Yeah.
There's the Giants. There's 2 Giants wins.
The Colts won in.
The
Colts won in 2007.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about that.
Yeah.
Damn rain. All Super Bowls should be played in domes.
We could get close if we, I don't, but I got some in there. So
yeah, you went back and got some deeper cuts there. That's not bad. So, should we go get a wine?
I think we should.
I'm definitely super excited for that. So this was definitely a home run for me. I like this one quite a bit. Like I said, I would, and even the price I don't think is too bad.
No,
$250. Now that was probably the upcharge for buying a single though, right? Since you were a tap and bottle.
No, they don't do that.
What? No way. Are you telling me the tap and bottle here in Southern Arizona is not upcharge if you only buy a single?
Oh, we forgot the 49ers actually. The 49ers beat the Chargers in there in 90.
Oh, yeah.
That's who won.
When did the Bengals
in 95.
Lose? Bengals lost to the Niners.
Yeah, that was in 89.
Oh, I went too far.
Yeah.
That was Steve Young, right?
No, that was Joe Montana.
Was that Montana?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Steve Young was 95.
Steve Young was 95.
The 94 season, 95 Super Bowl, that was yes.
Oh, okay.
Niners beat the Chargers. Then I think the Cowboys came back and beat.
Because that was when it was Barry Switzer then, right?
That was, Barry
he
Switzer.
He won with the...
Yeah. Beat the Steelers because Neil O'Donnell, who was it?
Neil O'Donnell?
Yeah, he kept throwing to the Cowboys cornerback, or the Cowboys safety, Larry Brown. So anyway, all right, sorry.
No, that's all right.
These things
you went back and got a few others there. You were getting it. You were going
there.
But yeah, no, like I said, that one is...
Yeah, that was $250. So
is that something, do they... I don't know if I'd ever... I mean, obviously, maybe I just didn't look in that section like closely enough. I wonder is this something they do year round now? Doesn't really say on Pueblo Vita's website, unfortunately. On draft too. I'll take a draft of the Vita Spritz. I guess please. If you're going in there with somebody and you're wanting something non-alcoholic or whatever.
Right. I'm the designated driver. I'll have a Vita Spritz.
They're like, that does have 0.5% alcohol in it.
Oh my! Then I might only have 10.
The session Vita I may only have 10. All right. Let's see. Let's get that off the screen. Let's go back here. And let's take a quick break. We're going to go grab the wine and we'll get some good conversation going on about that. I'm sure that might tie into some of your experiences in far off lands.
Far off lands.
Across the pond, as they like to say.
Far away places with strange sounding names.
Wow. Okay. We'll be right back. Dr. Crane, your Federspiel is come to life.
Our Federspiel will be springing to life very soon.
It will be exciting for this wine right here. HJ, how's it going? Good to see you. Brothers with the full extent there, but little correction though. That's not from 93, would you say though?
Well, I believe the Giants, that first one I think was 1991, I believe.
I remember because I had a shirt from that.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
Of the Giants beating the Bills?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I was a huge fan of the defense, Lawrence Taylor and that whole thing.
Okay.
I think it was for my birthday. I think you and Pocket like got me a shirt or something like that because it was like Super Bowl champs or something like that.
That's all right. It's impressive you got all those in
I know.
order there like that. It threw us off though with Kansas City and then the Chiefs.
Yeah, you're Kansas City, and then you put the Chiefs. So for me, like as I was reading, I was like, oh, there must be another part because the Chiefs have won twice. And Keith's like, well, he put Kansas City. I was like, oh, okay.
You're covering all bases.
Exactly. I like it. No, that's it, mate. Like that just shows you like which I know some people probably might bag on a little bit. I like the parody of football where anybody can win every year and teams kind of come out.
Don't see the Bears in there though. Anywhere in the last.
Well, he didn't go back to 85.
Well,
brothers, go back to 85 and restart the list.
All Bears fans,
that's right.
Go back to 85.
That's true. Yeah.
So,
oh man, no, that's really cool though.
Yeah, I know. I just remember that Super Bowl '91. That was when the whole, when the Whitney Houston sang the national anthem, and that was pretty cool. So
yeah. No, that's
scary times though. Weird times.
Yeah.
All times can be weird times.
Ooh, 12%.
Call.
I like my Gruner with a little bit of alcohol. Kaya, how's it going? Good to see you, Kaya. How are you? Gruner Veltliner. Federspiel 2020. Which we learned was feather what? Feather flight. Feather.
Well, it's. I read it was a reference to falconry.
Right? I did that, but then I told you exactly what it meant.
Exactly what it meant, but that's not what they're saying.
But that's the word. It means this. It's a surname. It's a Germanic surname.
I'm just saying.
We out here. Just ordered a few more parts of my PC. Ooh, nice, Kaya. What'd you get? What'd you order? Do you need me to look it up again?
No, it's right here.
What is it?
The name Federspiel is derived from falconry.
It means feather play. That was what I was trying to get to.
Feather play, but that just sounded so weird.
It does. It sounds...
We're engaging in feather play. I don't know.
Two brothers engaging in feather play is probably not the greatest thing to do on the internet.
I don't know. Maybe I'm sure there's a fetish page somewhere for that.
Oh, there has to be.
It's a very niche.
It's probably less niche than you think.
Yeah, well,
sadly.
We got so many more views when we started talking about feather play.
Oh my God. It just went crazy. Our numbers went through the roof. It was
so we changed our whole format. And here we are.
ASMR feather
The brothers Fetterspiel.
ASMR and Fetterspiel.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Tickling the microphone with the feathers. Could you even hear that? I guess you could, depending on how
depends on how aggressive you are with your Fetterspiel.
Yeah. with your feather play. Oh man.
Oh damn. Got the case and a fan system. Ooh, nice. What did you go with for your fans? And what case too? I always like a good PC case. Oh man, I tell you, a PC case will get you going, get you revved up in the morning. I say it's safe to use this PC case. It's safe to use it.
Do you remember who it was when you were recommending a laptop for? And this is over 4 years ago now.
Okay.
Who was it? Bree that was
helping
us with.
Yeah, okay. Bree was helping. Yeah, she has a. She had like a travel gaming laptop that she loved using.
And that was it.
And that was the one. Yeah, because I think at the time it was around $1,000 for.
So one of the fans went out in that, and we had, anyways, that's a very long other story, but we wound up ordering a fan. And I don't know if my son tried it last night. We got it, and he was going to see if it worked. But if it doesn't, maybe we can ask Bree for her knowledge and see where we might be able to get a replacement fan for that if this fan didn't work that we bought. Because one of the fans went out.
So did you take
laptop.
It apart?
Ben did.
Oh, okay.
And then we tried to take advantage of the warranty that we bought, and they're like, "Well, you've tried to have this repaired," and we were like, "No, he had to use it, and he couldn't because it was making all this noise, so he took it out and was able to use it." And then, anyways, he sent that thing in like 3 times, and they kept sending it back, saying, "Sorry, you've already tried to have this repaired." And the last time they sent it back, they didn't even send the broken fan back with it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I called Amazon and gave them the whole story, and they're like, "Well, there's really nothing we can do." And I was like, "I've been a customer of Amazon for a long time. Throw me a bone." He's like, "Well, we'll give you $25 credit toward you." I said, "That's fine. I'll take that." At this point, I'll take that. And that was good. And then he's like, "Well, it looks like there's a fan in here anyway." But so if this one didn't work, I was thinking maybe of throwing it out to
we can ask. We can ask her if she happens to know.
Maybe Bree can help us with that. So
also got the OS key and stuff. Yeah, that's always the thing you forget about when you're building a PC. Also, you're like, "Oh yeah, I got to buy the OS key, key for that too."
Oh wow!
From Super Bowl I, Pat, you were starting with this as we were at break too for a second. Packers, Jets, Kansas City, Baltimore, Dallas, Miami, Pittsburgh, Oakland, Dallas, Pittsburgh, Oakland, San Francisco, Washington, Raiders, San Francisco, Chicago.
Hey, there we go.
Giants, Washington, San Francisco, then 91 Giants. That's it for my memory. I can list all the Giants.
That's a memory.
That's a good memory right there.
That's good.
Nice job.
Yep.
Congratulations on that. That's those are like fun like bar things to have in your back pocket, when you're doing stuff.
801.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the area codes of every single area.
Ogden, Utah. 801.
Oh man. Did someone say Chicago? We did say Chicago. Well, we're always happy with Chicago because that is obviously Illinois, the great state that bore a couple of us.
Few of us.
Not me.
Yeah.
I just pretend. But huge Chicago Bears, Bulls, Blackhawks, Cubs. All those things. All the teams that make you kind of a little depressed. Blackhawks most recently, other than the Cubs, have given the most success, though. I'm from Chicago, Kaya. That's what we love to hear. All the people from Chicago, as many as we can get in here. 85 Bears, 2001 Ravens, 2013 Seattle defense are the 3 best defense in NFL history. I will not disagree with that. Brothers, you and I can form a pact on that one. I would agree. Bears, Ravens. I think they
say the 86 Bears defense was statistically, I think,
even a little better, which is kind of interesting. But I think my favorite quote, and whether you like this person or not or whatever, is still from Mike Greenberg. When he was on, well, some people kind of don't like him.
I like
it's
Green.
Whatever. My favorite quote from him was that, and it was on Mike and Mike, and they were talking about the 85 Bears defense, and he was there for that. Like a lot of, I don't know if he was like a beat reporter or anything, but it was just, obviously there. And my favorite quote is, the 85 Bears could have punted on first down and still gone 8-8. That's how good their defense was.
Punt on first down.
That is the best. That is the best line I have ever heard, and I use that all the time. Like it's just so fantastic.
That was one of my fantasy football names.
Punt on first down.
Punt on first down. And that was a Steve Martin joke.
Yeah, Steve Martin bit. Cubs in 2016 were good. They were good. Cubs broke the 100-year curse in 2016. One of the best moments in Chicago sports history. It truly was. And as a family, it was amazing.
The thing about
the celebrations we had just in getting through each game.
The tattoos we have.
Oh my God, the tattoos are amazing.
Wait.
Oh. You don't even show your tattoo. You're hiding it all the time.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to come in here with a tank top on. Tank top and mustache.
That could be the next redemption?
Yeah.
You want to see the tattoo? It's a redemption.
Redemption.
Are you all from Illinois? I forgot. Yes. Yeah. Most of the family. I am not. I was born here in Southern Arizona, but like I said, the rest of the family from Illinois.
I think that's just the thing that's frustrating about those mid '80s Bears teams and the mid-teens Cubs team having that they each only won one.
Yeah.
The Bears got to one World Series or one Super Bowl.
The Bears especially.
Yeah.
That team was too good. Like I said, unfortunately, injuries at quarterback, I think, played a lot of that.
Right.
Because like I said, you had literally one of the best running backs in NFL history. The defenses, the way they were, that should have been at least a team that you saw, they got to 2 more and they couldn't win it, or at least 1 more and just like something happened or whatever. But I'm glad it all came together for that one, because I even though I was young at the time, like I said, I remember all that stuff so vividly, and that's such a huge sports memory for me. And that's why the Cubs one is so important too, because I know a memory that I'm just going to keep. I remember sitting, like sitting on the end of the couch, and all of my weird little rituals, like when it was like going okay, like, well, I can't move, I can't get up, I'm sitting like here, I have
I have to pee right here.
I several times, like I'm sure I waited, like there is no way, like made sure the remote was going just a certain way if like good stuff was happening, no, it was. And when it, like I said, finally happened, because that game with the extra innings and the rain delay and everything else that happened, like I'm pretty sure the rest of my family, like I said, they went to bed. And then they just heard my victory screams. Yeah.
Is that what you call them?
Yeah, that's what I do call them. Yeah, exactly. And then the Cub game ended too.
Yeah, and then the Cub game went well.
Oh, I wasn't on the dance. There it is. There it is. Hey-o.
Listen to my victory screams. Sounds like a good beer name.
That would be a good beer name. Victory Scream. What kind of beer would it be? What kind of style?
Seems like Victory Scream. Seemed like an IPA, I think.
Would be like a
Victory Scream Stout.
Well, so I wasn't sure. Like, I mean, you could like
Victory Scream Porter. Victory Scream.
The way you said porter, then no.
Victory Scream Spritz.
That's also the name of a movie, I am sure. That is a niche fetish site as well.
Victory Screams and Spritz.
Victory Screams and Spritz. It's a love duo.
A match made in heaven.
Should we start having a wine? Otto! Perfect timing. Otto, thank you so much for the raid. How are you doing, buddy? How was were you doing some Diablo today? What were you doing? My God, if you guys are not following Otto, he is super, super nice. Plays a variety of video games on the internet. Destiny, a little Diablo, a little bit of everything. We were playing a fighting game the other day too. What was that? That was some sort of like Dragon Ball Z fighter or something like that. But yeah, if you guys are not following Otto, please click on the heart up on the top of the screen. Give the man a follow. He is super, super nice. Always very welcoming. Good conversation. Go say hi. Did do some Diablo today. Went well. Nice. What character did you pick to start the new season that just happened? What character did you pick for your new class? And again, if that heart has already gone away at the top of the screen, put a link in chat that you can right click, open up a tab, hit the follow button. Because even though that heart goes away at the top of the screen, we still appreciate that raid. The heart is still right here, right. So that'll stay a little bit longer. Dragon Ball Z Superheroes strategy game, love it. Picked Sorcerer despite everything bad with them at the moment. I said, fuck it, we ball. All right, I like it. I like it that you went for it anyway. That is probably the character everyone's talking about the most, so you can make it the best that it can be. Hopefully you're not doing hardcore with that though. I have an honest opinion. My top 5 in order, the GOATs of all time. I already have we already know the top one's Tom Brady.
We know number 1.
We know number 1. I don't even know. I still think with football, it's so hard to go against like a bunch of quarterbacks. That's why it's like I feel like you have to break it up.
Oh, you're talking about sports in general.
Oh, sports in general.
Okay.
Okay.
Wait a minute.
Well, you've already missed a big one right there.
Yeah, you missed a real big one.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tom Brady, Lionel Messi, Kobe Bryant, Roger Federer, Tiger Woods. If you're picking from each section, unfortunately, there's a Mr. Jordan that's missing from there, and there is no way you're going to.
Yes.
Get me off that
from
hill.
Elgin. I think there was a where in Illinois.
Oh, okay.
I was born in Elgin.
There you go.
Elgin, I believe it's pronounced Illinois.
Illinois.
No, I'm just kidding.
He is at 6.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry. So the Tom, like, it's always weird when you're doing different sports. I don't know where I put that, but at least he has to be swapped in for Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant has to go to 6. And even I love Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, I have no problem.
I think he's an amazing basketball player. I've watched a lot of stuff about all that stuff. Like, so man, it's tough though if you're going over Wilt Chamberlain and like even just in basketball, Wilt Chamberlain and
Kareem or LeBron,
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Magic Johnson, like even just Lakers alone, Shaquille O'Neal. Like Shaquille, like people, like as much as Shaquille O'Neal, you do not realize how dominant he was for a big man like that could actually move the way he could and everything else. Like again, it's another wonderful, fun debate.
It's always fun,
for sure.
Always fun topics to talk about.
But
for
yeah,
sure.
if one of your top, like I said, if you're bringing in that and you're skirting all of those guys past, you probably just have a personal love for Kobe Bryant, which is totally fine. But the stats still don't play that out. Stats and just what he brought to the game and everything else. Michael Jordan is like like I said, they both have similar killer instincts, which I do appreciate.
Elgin.
Cousin lived in Elgin before him and his wife had their first. Moved to Round Lake Beach after that. Best friend lives in South Elgin. There you go. Look at that. Look at all these tie-ins.
Baker's probably more familiar with that than we are.
That's true. Yeah, unless they said like Crystal Lake, I'm about out. Chicago, Elgin, Crystal Lake. I'm like, I'm out. I'm out. All right, we should get to this wine because I did want to warm up a little bit. Yeah. I mean, I didn't want it to be ice cold.
Well, it says it wants it super chilled.
Does it say that?
What did it say?
Seems like that would be bad. Aurora and Joliet, I would know that too, just because of Wayne's World.
Well chilled.
Okay, well, it's been pretty well chilled. All right, let's get to that. We are going to record a podcast right now, so there will be slightly less conversation from us. Not a lot less, but slightly less as we kind of talk about the wine, interaction, those kind of things. We'll get back to it very shortly. And as we're enjoying the wine, after we're kind of done, we'll kind of get back in the conversation. But I appreciate you guys all being here, hanging out. If you miss any of the show, want to see some of the podcasts that we've done in the past, all that kind of stuff, a shameless plug right here. YouTube is the place you can go find all of those things. The full podcasts that we do on Thursday, those are up there. The little podcasts that we cut out also there as well as the beverage shorts, gameplay stuff, everything. YouTube kind of is the archive for all of those things. So appreciate it if you guys take a look at those. Basketball top fives: Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, Shaq, Tim Duncan, Bill Russell. Tim Duncan is also a good one that people forget about too. Tim Duncan, that is definitely solid. Definitely solid. We'll just agree to disagree on the other ones, but like I said, you have good opinions, and I like these conversations, brothers, for sure. Do appreciate the conversations. Oh, whoops. Put those down. I was getting too excited.
Got to rein them in. Whoa, paint. You're whipping up a froth.
I joked a few weeks ago about that I couldn't believe that you didn't bring anything actually back from your trip from Europe.
Oh, but I did.
Which kind of made me upset. And I was like, come on, I know the paperwork and things would have been difficult. All of that, there could have been breakage, all these things. But today you've kind of made my day.
Aw.
Because in a way, you have brought something back from your trip to Europe, but by way of Total Wine.
Yes, Total Wine helped me out with the import issue.
Import specifically from where?
From Austria, actually.
Okay.
Yes.
So we have an Austrian. I'm not even going to go for the pronunciations. He's going to do all those. So we have an Austrian white wine for this Give It a Shot. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Keith. And we are AboutBeverages.com. And the beverage that we are about today is the Domane Wachau Gruner Veltliner Federspiel 2020.
Fantastic.
Whoa.
Now, I learned today that Gruner Veltliner, that's the varietal.
That's the type of grape.
That is the varietal. We also looked up with Federspiel, what that means.
Better.
You tell your part and I'll do mine then, because we keep having this debate.
It's a word derived from falconry.
It is a Germanic surname that means feather play, which if you saw the live show, we already talked a little bit about that.
Yeah, we
already went through that.
Gave you enough on that.
And then where does the terrassen come in?
It comes from, these are wines that are put together from vineyards that are too small to be single vineyard wines.
Okay.
So they don't produce enough on their own, these vineyards. They have to combine them with wines from other vineyards. So that's where the terrassen part of the wine comes in. So
okay, so
is that series
is from that series. So it's kind of a blend in a way.
Well, I guess it'd be a blend of grapes from different wineries in the Wachau Valley there.
Oh, okay.
And this is where we went on our. You've heard me talk about this on previous shows. We had a little biking wine tour along the Danube River in the Wachau Valley, which was just a beautiful ride. And this is the main grape there. They also do Riesling and Sauvignon Blanc and a little bit of red, but for the most part, this is the main white grape.
Did you want to smell the cap?
No, it's okay.
So it is a twist off, but it's not meant to be aged, so it's like, who cares?
Correct.
Like, that doesn't matter. I know people get.
Right.
I was talking the other day during one of the shows during the week a little bit about. I do like the experience, because we were talking about coffee, and I love the experience of coffee, of grinding the beans and the brewing,
right?
Because we were talking about Keurigs and stuff like that. It's the same thing kind of with wine. Like, this does not bother me, but I do like in a wine, like doing the cork and all. Yeah, there's something about that. So I get why people want that, but it's just not necessary. Why waste the cork?
True.
This one is at 12%, and we'll talk. Maybe I know what the price is. Do you want to just talk about it at the end, or do you want to say it now?
Yeah, we can. I mean, we can talk about it later, I guess.
Okay. So you did not have this one specifically.
Not this one. I did have some
winery.
of from their Federspiel line.
Okay.
I had, I think, a Sauvignon Blanc from that, and because I did have some Gruners, and there was a Sauvignon Blanc mixed in the tasting, but not this one specifically. This was the only one from this winery at Total Wine. But once again, still cool, because at least I found something from there.
No, that was as soon as you showed that to me, I was like, that was really, really cool. Straw?
Yeah.
All right. To the aroma?
Yeah.
let's not even like some people like spend a lot of time on it's like, we don't need to do that.
Yeah. Yeah. As long as it's nothing floating in there.
That's kind of, we're always looking for imperfections. If it's fine, let's just move on.
Move on.
I read that. Oh, do you notice LeBron ain't up there? I know. I did notice that. I don't know if LeBron would be in my top 5 either. So, yeah, I think he's a little bit of a compiler. I think he's an amazing basketball player. Like, there's all those things, but there are definitely things just on some levels that bring down LeBron James for me, where it's just kind of like the multiple switching of teams and all those kinds of things. Which again, it's fine. He can do that stuff, but that's just more like personal than anything else. But I think when you talk about all of the accolades from everyone else in your list and everything else, like, even though he's got, like, obviously he has the point record, there's nobody that has more points ever than he does, because he just got that. So it's, right. That's an amazing feat in itself. It's just when you look at everything else, it's together, it's kind of a body of work. Told you look like Steve Kerr's lost brother.
I have been told that.
You've actually been told that about
not the lost brother part, but that I look like a brother, or somewhere in there. But yeah, especially when it's NBA Finals time and they're in there. Yeah, one of my coworkers actually had mentioned that to me. Coworkers and I think former follower of the show. That was good.
But speaking of that, though, brothers, you'll appreciate this. Like I said, speaking of Steve Kerr, you've just tied all this together. Michael Jordan, LeBron James. Steve Kerr, one of my favorite quotes from him is when people ask to compare him and Michael Jordan and LeBron James. And he says, well, that's just really too difficult to do. I really appreciate them both. They both brought me 3 rings. Which is an amazing quote if you realize what's happened there. Like, that is so fantastic. So yeah, we love Steve Kerr for many reasons here in Southern Arizona. But like I said,
how'd LeBron James get Steve Kerr 3 rings?
Because he lost to the Spurs.
Oh, well, yeah. Oh, okay. 1.
Yeah, and then they lost to the...
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, he lost to them. So
okay,
all
right. Yeah, but they also beat him when they're up 3-1, too.
As I have a sports podcast, I explain to someone that I have a criteria for being considered the GOAT: championship wins to losses, longevity, loyalty to the team that drafted. Yeah, and that's, again, that is...
I like that.
That is a criteria. So obviously, like I said, yeah, other numbers don't factor in there then too. Guardian Down, yo, how's it going? Good to see you. Thankfully you got here. We just started. Yeah, everyone has their own criteria for what is the GOAT. I think a lot of stats have to factor in there, but then sometimes there's own personal bias.
Know we're recording.
He doesn't. No, he tried to do it. Well, I'll hit you up with that as soon as we're done here. We are having the wine right now, though.
No Merlot.
Having the wine. We'll get you at the Merlot. Just getting in from a wake. Guardian Down. Sorry to hear that. Unless it was someone you didn't like. Like I went there to spite him. What is a wake? That like actually that's when you go visit before the funeral? After the funeral? How's it? No, before. How does the wake work? Is that, or is that where you just go visit?
There's
like
a viewing,
the people that
there's a wake.
I know there's so many different terms. I forget. How does that work, Guardian Down?
That might be like the day before the funeral ceremony.
Okay.
Where there's like a viewing, maybe viewing and wake are the same thing.
Is that the same thing?
No.
Guardian Down, educate me. I apologize for the questions.
Because that would be more in the evening kind of, and then the funeral might be like tomorrow.
Yeah, like sometimes if you can't make one, you go to if you go to the wake.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh.
I think I have it.
Okay.
Well, I don't want to just be like, I smell a lot. I don't know what though. Like there's a lot, a lot going in here. There's a lot going on in here. I can't help but say
you got a lot going on.
I did. I had to do a lot of sniffs in here. Like so there's a lot going on. I'm getting like some honeysuckle or honey in there. There's like a little something sweet. There's some grassiness to it. Maybe even like a little citrus, like a little lime or something as well is in there. It's a really nice nose, actually. It's a lot more complex than I thought it was going to be.
It's definitely, there's that kind of sweetness that, not a honey sweetness, but it's kind of where I always say it reminds me of like falling leaves, the leaves in the fall.
Oh,
and they have
okay.
that sort of
so
wetness.
Like wet, damp. Okay.
But this is the way, at least to me, the air kind of smells like this as you're biking.
Oh God!
Yeah,
that sounds amazing.
Yeah, no, it's like you're smelling.
So the terroir is actually literally.
Yeah,
that's really cool.
Yeah, I thought that was cool.
All right, well, I'm very excited for the taste. Then should we go to that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Too tired to educate even for Andrew's kindergarten level. What is a viewing? No. Wakes began as vigils after death, watching over a loved one when they're passing. Many similarities between a funeral viewing and a wake, all an opportunity to honor the passing of a loved one in a personal and unique way. It represents impacted. Wake is usually a much more informal event than a funeral. While it can be very similar to a viewing, one of the key differences is the role of religion. Wakes initially got their start as a religious practice, and many of those traditions. So wake is a little more religious in nature. Yeah, don't snort it. I almost did there. It was more just officially reading Guardian Down's comment as I was finishing, because I was like, oh, I saw he wrote something. What I need to read. Viewing much more informal. Still important to dress properly, behave in a respectful manner. Take a moment. Place for the funeral. So do you agree that the ring chasing taints players' resume? Probably if I am making a dividing line between something, yes. Like if someone is just if someone is just so much better, And then all of a sudden it's like, well, they chased rings. I'm not going to knock them way down. But if two players for me are similar, like most of the accolades are kind of matching up. If there's one that through luck or because that's who they are or whatever else stuck with their team and they kept building and kept staying there and got the same amount of rings as someone that hopped around to 7 different teams, then yeah, that would make a difference for me for sure. Like I said, those are the kind of things as you're starting to make cuts and lists and adjust things around. You're like, okay, what separates this person from this person? And yeah, that would.
What do you admire or respect about
yeah,
a certain
exactly.
player?
Yeah. So I could, I would definitely see that making a difference for sure. Like I said, it would not be my initial criteria, but that would be the thing as I was sorting out like who's at 4 or 5 to 6 or whatever. Players that stand out to me is LeBron. Yeah, Kevin Durant has done a little bit of that too. LeBron I think is the most famous because, I do respect though that he went back to
Cleveland.
Went back to Cleveland and got them the championship that they didn't have though. So I do respect LeBron.
And then he had
like
a chance
LeBron
to
James.
go,
I don't have anything against LeBron.
He had
James.
the chance to go play for he made a great soda.
He did make an amazing soda.
He had the chance then to go play for one of the great organizations in basketball. So I mean,
yeah,
and add to that legacy. So yeah, it just depends.
Yeah, it's definitely tough when it comes to that kind of stuff. Guardian Down, thank you for making me Google this. I learned. I like how the title of each of these sections is with a question mark. As you can tell, sports means a lot to me as I have a podcast. Yeah, anything you're passionate about, that's always cool. For sure. That's why we have a beverage podcast.
That's right.
And talk sports. That's why we have this. And we talk sports. It all fits in.
Some cross-pollination here of topics that we all like. But
I'd set that down. All right, I think I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm like, I pour another glass, which actually I'm about.
I'm ready.
I drank a fair amount. I was blurry. I can't have that.
You're blurry?
We're about to say all of our things.
You actually found a 2020 picture.
That's complete luck. I didn't look for. It was funny because it looked like it was supposed to be for 2022, but they must have had the wrong picture. So we lucked out. We had the right one.
Thinking for the comeback shot here?
Well, because I had to, I need a pour. All right, now I'm ready.
Okay.
Now I'm ready. It's actually a little drier than I thought it was going to be. A little more toward like there's a little lime kind of tart.
Yep.
There's kind of like the grassy kind of earthiness that you talk. Not earthy's a little too far. Like grassy, like the leaf, like that kind of stuff is in there. Plant matter. However you want to go with that. Yeah. I'm not getting quite, like I said, in the aroma, I was still getting like that kind of sweetness in there, like a honey sweet. I'm not really getting much of that in the taste unless that's just kind of the natural, but it's that's delicious.
It's got a lot of acidity. It's very lively. I think.
It is really very lively. I mean, that's what I'm talking about, the lime
on your tongue.
It's
but
more,
the lime's definitely there.
Yeah, but it is almost more of that feeling of the acidity from a citrus. No, what else do you think?
I think you covered most of it. You just
well, damn it.
Well, no, the only thing that was just I think it has that acidity.
Yeah,
it dances around quite a bit. I really enjoyed trying this grape when we were over in Europe, and I look forward to trying more of them. I was talking with you earlier on the live show about there's one that we carry at the store. When that one comes back, it's from Hungary, but it's the same grape, and I want to definitely. We have this now.
That's right. We have this
filmed for posterity,
so you can go back and watch this again if you're watching
it.
this.
Yeah, while we have a glass of that when that eventually comes in, because I have enjoyed getting to know the Gruner Veltliner.
Now, probably slightly different price from one to the other.
Much different price. Yeah,
Okay.
this was 22.
You can definitely taste that in there.
Once again, at Total Wine 22. So
there's a lot of depth though to this wine. Like I said,
Yeah.
sometimes white wines, like I said, when we have them, it's a little bit more like, oh, it's this, like a couple notes, maybe
easy and
But this one was a little more complex, but it's still very easy drinking. I mean, this is really delicious. That acidity would probably lend itself to a myriad of foods too, which would be really nice.
Sure.
I had to go in for another sip.
Yeah, you went for another. Yeah,
I actually had to pour even a little more of a glass, just to be honest with you.
And I knew that had to mean something good.
I was like, I can't figure out how bad this is. No, this is actually really good. I do appreciate you finding this and bringing it in. And some other things that I feel are really good, other wines that we've had in the past. You can find all that stuff at AboutBeverages.com, as well as anything we've ever done, whether it's water, spirits, whiskey, soda, beer, all those things, recipes, smoothies can be found there on the website. If you only want the latest videos, though, easiest place to go is at YouTube, of course. You can hit the subscribe button there, and you'll always be notified whenever we put up new content, whether it is podcasts like we've got now, our full live shows go up there as well, or other assorted little shorts and things and quick reviews. All can be found on YouTube. If you only want audio, best places to go, obviously, are Spotify, Google Podcast, iTunes. If you have a favorite podcasting app, probably just search for About Beverages. We will be there. If we're not there yet, let us know, and we'll try and get there, the best I can say. And while you're searching, there's probably some social media things too.
You may come across the 3 pillars. Well, for us.
Still
3?
Still 3, and you never know, it could change. There's Threads now, there's Blue Sky, there's so many other things. We're not fully onto those yet.
At this point, the 3 pillars of social media for us are TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter, which is the one that we still use the most often to keep you up to date on what's going on here at About Beverages. Like earlier this evening when I tweeted that we were about to go live on twitch.tv/AboutBeverages, which we do most Thursday evenings around 5:30 Pacific. Get together, try some beverages, talk sports, hang out, just have some fun. And throughout the week, Andrew will keep you up to date on what he is doing in the gaming world and what beverage he will be having at his side as he encounters those journeys, those challenges,
like that,
those travails of the gaming world. So for all the latest at About Beverages, follow us on Twitter.
But as we always say, whether we like it or not,
you should give it a shot.
And that is a podcast. Hope I'm a good person to come in here during your podcast and talk sports. I don't hope I don't seem intrusive. Not at all, brothers. Love talking some sports.
That's what we're about.
No, that's
conversation.
Yeah, exactly. That's why we're here. It's just kind of like, think of it as like we're all sitting down together. Like, oh, come on over. We're gonna have a beverage and we'll just chat and whatever. Like that's kind of
how
what
we
all
envisioned it 15 years ago.
Yeah, still trying to figure out the whole Twitter thing. Are you still trying to figure out the Twitter thing? You usually give me a hard enough time on Twitter that I think you've got it figured out. Okay, and we owe you a no Merlot. Let's see if we can do that. If not, I will adjust the redemption just so I can just get it done. Oh, we can. Here we go. Let's see. Hope it works. Hit a button.
And if they want to drink Merlot, we're drinking Merlot.
No, if anybody orders Merlot, I'm leaving. I am not drinking any fucking Merlot.
Okay. Relax, Miles. Jesus, no Merlot.
Due to this movie, I have not had Merlot more than like once or twice.
And it's always been on a podcast.
It's probably been on a podcast. So here's the ultimate NBA dream matchup. Could the 2017 Warriors beat the 1996 Bulls in a 7-game series? No. No. And I think the 96 Bulls were actually probably the better, like, even though that wasn't the 72-10 Bulls, I think that 96 team actually maybe was better. Yeah, no. Definitely a good person for that, not an asshole. That's my that's my territory. Nice, Guardian Down.
Stay in your lane.
Guardian Down, have you run out of your peanut butter and jelly sours yet? Have you found a new supplier recently? Again. Did you get blurry now?
No, I'm blurry.
Coming, not gonna do.
Probably, once again, the Sybil Shepherd.
Is the 96 the 72? Was that the 72-10?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Was the 72-10? 2 left. Oh my God. I always get the years mixed up. I don't know why I thought that was the
made
earlier
it
team.
through into the beginning of season 2 of Better Call Saul. Started that.
Oh, 95, 90. Okay, yeah, 95, 96. You were watching Better Call Saul?
Yeah.
You hadn't even told me that you'd started.
I did it while I started while Pocket was back east.
Oh my gosh.
I just got through all of season 1 and into the beginning of season 2.
How are you liking it? Or are you liking it, I should say?
It's much slower.
It is.
But I am liking it.
It's purposeful.
It's not as violent. Oh, that's a good way to say it.
It's
not as violent, which I like yet. It could get that way, I guess. The first episode was, but the second one with the
with Tuco.
Of course, what do you expect from Tuco? Huh?
Yeah.
But it's good. I'm enjoying it. So
you said you're in the second season?
Just the beginning of it. Yeah.
Okay.
I watched one episode there. So
how much do you like Michael McKean?
He's not nice to his brother.
Good though. Good. So that was why
crazy with his
so it was
jacket.
Like so here's the thing for me
jacket.
it was like 2 seasons into that, like I can't remember where it was because I don't want to spoil anything, but like we stopped watching it.
I remember you saying,
because I was like, his character, like it was the same thing. I was like, God, he's kind of like, I can't take that. Like it was like a different, like, because it's like that one, even though it's slower, it's a different kind of stressful watching sometimes. You know what I mean? When you see people putting themselves in situations, or you see people doing stuff or whatever, there can be like that other kind of tension. It's almost like a horror movie tension, but it's like because of the situation, it gets stressful. So that one, like, and I did, and then when we went back and watched it again with Joseph after he'd finished Breaking Bad, and we started watching those again, it was like almost like, since I knew how that was going to be, I appreciated then his acting so much better, and I thought he was like doing an amazing job. And then it was like a different experience, like kind of already knowing what was kind of going on and had already seen some of those episodes. I appreciated so much more of some of the subtlety and the different things that he did. So I think his performance in there is just absolutely fantastic. It's the only coach of the new year, award for Phil Jackson of the new year. Weird, huh? Considering he coached Kobe and MJ. Is that the only time he got coach of the? Sometimes it's weird though. People are real jerks about that. Now that's a handsome face I haven't seen in a good while. How are you, Keith? Also, hello, Betty. Oh my God. I was wondering what you were giggling at.
I'm good. That was the how are you, Keith? I'm good. doing well. We're having some wine from Austria. We had a hop water from a local brewery, so that's good. So no, we're doing good. He only won Coach of the Year once.
Won 11 champs, 6 with the Bulls, 5 with the Lakers. I think so. That was what I was about to say, though. Sometimes there's that weird stigma, and that's the thing with Phil Jackson. Even with the amount of championships he's won, people always discredit him because of the players he had. It's always that kind of thing, which I think is kind of a joke, because it is equally as hard managing all that talent.
Yeah. And that was the thing. Like Joe Madden was NL Coach of the Year in 2015, but not when they won the World Series.
Yeah.
And that was
because he did try and throw it in the World Series.
Well, he sure did, but that was voting was done before that.
I feel like I haven't seen you since before your trip somewhere, wherever I was.
I've been back since then.
It probably has been a little while though since you popped in.
Okay. Yeah, it could be. Yeah, I was gone for a little bit, but then back for most of June, and then we missed 1 week because you were on vacay.
Yep.
And but yeah, we've been back now for the most part, the better part of the last month-ish.
Would say Phil Jackson is top 5 coach of all time. I wouldn't disagree with that. Not been in podcast for a while. That's all right. It is
well, you're
late.
back now.
It is
That's
very
good.
late for you, so that's fine, Ellie. It's good to see you.
How late is it?
That's also like another 7 or 8 hour adjustment.
Oh, another European.
That's a cultist level of adjustment.
Okay, all right. So that's 8 hours.
I think so
From us. So
yeah, it's sounds of 5. So was it? Are you at like 3 a.m.? I was just about to say, is it 3 a.m.? Yeah, it's 3 a.m.
It's 3 a.m.
It's 3 a.m. Ellie is lonely. Help me! I said,
she said it's cold outside, and she has a raincoat.
Started raining. I said, baby. Did you hear what he wrote that song about? I'm being serious.
Oh, no.
I don't have a joke for this.
No. Like, what am I being set up for here?
Wait, the Cubs are in the World Series. I took a wrong turn in Albuquerque somewhere. Damn right. My favorite beverage boys, Coke. How's it going? Good to see you.
Good group of folks in here tonight. Good.
2016
Welcome.
beat the Guardians.
They were the Guardians at that time.
That's right. That's right. That's what they're called. It took me a second. I was like, the Guardians. I was like,
The
yeah, that's what the
Guardians.
Indians are called now. That's true.
So he wrote it.
It was actually about his mom as she was going through cancer, I think.
Oh.
Yeah, because
Okay.
it's like they would talk like they would late night conversation because she'd be up or medications or something like that. I don't know if that's just an internet rumor, but I did see that.
Okay.
Expecting Andrew's genuine question to be the setup to a stupid joke is amazing. I know, exactly. Everyone thought that. Every once in a
You
while.
gotta worry. You gotta.
I have a heartfelt
Gotta be
thing.
on your guard.
Exactly. Every once in a while, I
Don't
actually
fall
have
in.
some heartfelt thing. Let's use the term good loosely with me. Stop it, Cope. Stop. Oh my gosh. I got to show you. Cope posted in Discord. He found a whiskey in the pub right here. He's been looking for it. That's actually the cool bar cart that Frosty put together. I've always kind of wanted a bar cart. I think that
Bar
would be
cart.
neat. Yeah, because it's on
bar
wheels
cart?
and you can put some of your stuff.
Oh,
in.
yeah.
It's like, you can like move it out and do some
Oh wait,
stuff.
but is that the 74? What is that one?
That's the
Okay, I
that's
almost thought
the
that was
that's the Roku gin right
okay.
there. Frosty's a Roku gin man.
Okay.
Here it is right here. It's the Origin. Man, why can't I need to make this even? I need to make this even bigger for my old eyes. Dragon's Milk Origin small batch.
Oh, it's funny. I just had a customer yesterday at the store asking me if we had Dragon's Milk bourbon, and I was like,
Look at that.
"Yeah,
How does this happen,
yeah."
Cope? I'm
It's
telling you.
I've had a lot of weird coincidences the last couple of days, and there's another one because I had a customer, and I was like, I said, "Is it Total Wine yesterday? I don't recall seeing that." Is it from Michigan?
Yeah, so
Okay,
it's,
that's what he said.
Because
He was
there's
like-
that beer, the Dragon's Milk, right? Isn't that we've seen before? It's like a stout.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if those tie in together, Cope. You can maybe help out with that. You've told me about it before.
New Holland?
Mhm.
Is it New Holland
I think
Brewery
so.
or something like that?
Probably the coolest bottle I've ever bought. Look at the bottle. Like, looks like actually. I got in too close there.
Too close.
Like you can see actually like scales.
Yeah.
That is a really cool bottle. Like as I'm looking at it even closer there too. Also found a voice changer I'm going to use. It literally turns my voice into what I actually want to sound like. It's amazing. Oh my gosh, Ellie, that's super cool. I love that. New Holland Brewery, love their stout. See, there you go. Yeah, because we've looked at the Dragon's Milk and have had people in chat talk about that before. And then when you started telling me about this, I was like,
They
oh my
still have that at, because I had that at Yard House last year.
God. Dragon's Milk?
The stout.
Oh, okay.
When we were, maybe a couple of years ago, when we visited our friends in Vegas.
Also,
and then-
Cope has a delightful backyard.
And
too.
then I saw it recently still at Yard House when we were there in early June. So, okay. Nice.
Joined a voice chat with my best friend, and he generally thought I'd just gone and done voice training. Oh my gosh, that is really amazing, Ellie. That's cool. What about titty milk? It is called like Dragon's Milk Stout is what they have. Like I said, you should look for a Guardian Town. I've always wanted to try it. Here's a sports take that we can talk about on my podcast. Everyone agrees so far. Do you have another one? Oh my God, here it comes. Origin was voted top bourbon of 2022, some international group from what I saw. It wasn't just from Cope's newsletter. Voted best bottle I've ever purchased by Cope. Probably going to use it in LFG. Ellie, that sounds amazing. I would love to hear how that goes. I'll take the titty, hold the milk. I don't think they let you do that. You'd have to ask the dragon, though, to be honest.
Is that where you
like,
get the
please.
feather play going on?
That's where you get the feather play.
The feather spiel.
The feather spiel. That is really good. So this is the thing. We don't know how that. I'm now very excited to taste the one.
Yep.
From Trader Joe's now that we've had this experience, because then it's always interesting. Then the conversation will be,
Right.
Are these extra? Which there may not be. There,
Right.
It's possible that there won't be these differences. But saying that there are, it's like, are these extra layers worth? I'm assuming probably triple the price.
Yeah, because it's like 6.
I'm assuming it's like a 6 or something.
Yeah.
So almost triple, 2.5 times.
More. This was 22.
Oh, that's right.
So,
Okay,
yeah,
so yeah,
almost 4 times.
that's probably going to be a huge
Yeah,
bridge
we'll
for
see.
you to overcome. Probably, unless
it just
that is
depends.
unless that is literally like one note, and you're like, yes, if I'm going to get one
Yeah.
of these, I would want to present the
Yeah.
best version of
Yeah.
that. Which
Yeah.
I wonder if, because you've been now to Austria,
I may have a different.
would you want to
perspective.
represent properly
Yes.
the wine
Well,
if you were sure?
And the one from Trader
would
Joe's
you
is
have
not
like-
from Austria either. So,
That's true.
but when I talked to the
Of that-
customers at Trader Joe's about it, they said it's the same grape, and they really liked it.
Yeah,
So we'll see. We'll see if we do too.
because that would be
The
interesting
International
thing.
Cope Commission.
Does liquor ship to you guys in Arizona? It always depends on the state. From some states, did you get yours from a website, Cope? Because I definitely would love to know that.
Oh, heading off to, well, of course you should head off to bed. It's 3:00 in the morning.
They even head off to bed, but it's good. Talk to you, see you both. All right, Ellie. Thank you for stopping in. I appreciate it. Yeah.
Good night.
Get some sleep. Talk some Diablo tomorrow. But yeah, that will be the interesting conversation because again, since now you've been to that area, if that's a grape you want to show, like if it was Thanksgiving, all the hundreds of people now that might be coming over your house come over. Like you would probably want to we were there. Not like you wouldn't want to here's the $4 Trader Joe's.
Yeah, no, I would buy
that
for that. Oh yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Absolutely. But for everyday drinking, I might. Well,
everyday drinking, you're not going to bust out a $22.
But no, for party, for something like that, you want to get out the good stuff,
right? So here goes. The 2013 Denver Broncos is the biggest disappointment in NFL history. You have the greatest offense ever seen, and you manage 8 points in the Super Bowl.
But you went against one of the top 3 defenses you've said ever. So,
I mean,
ipso facto,
that's kind of the idea of the best defense.
Yeah. Well, that just went downhill so fast, and then after that, they just had no. Basically, the Seahawks were able to just, as they say, pin their ears back and just be even more aggressive because they already had a lead and
that's the thing.
Cold weather and all that stuff.
I've always been in more of a as offense is cool. Obviously, you want your team to have a good offense, but I've always loved defense so much more because there is something so much more interesting about just like a team or whatever. Just this sounds bad, but imposing their will upon the other team where they can't do anything. You literally stop them from doing what they're like. That to me is so much more of an interesting, not only psychological, but just gamesmanship thing. I just love that.
The best thing about that Super Bowl was the Bruno Mars halftime show. Because the game was pretty dang boring.
Yeah, that's true.
Unless you're a Seahawks fan, then of course you loved it because they dominated, which I get. So
you ate the online delivery upcharge. Gotcha. Howdy, everyone. Introvert, it's good to see you. How are you this fine evening? Part 2, the Seahawks defense showed that no matter how good offense you have, say hello to the best back and defense you have ever seen. The Broncos were too hyped. And the Seahawks were trash talked before the game so much they talked the talk and kicked their ass completely. Yeah,
that's how it works.
That's how it goes. I think overall, like when you have and I think in Super Bowls too, it might be a little bit different now, but I think usually the better defense, like a lot of times, winds up winning those matchups. I think that is definitely the key in those things. Because everyone's usually a little more tense, a little more tight, just everything's a little bit more. And I think the defense, it's kind of like almost like beginning of the season. Or beginning of the season, it's always like the defenses are a little more in sync than the offenses if they're new or if they're trying to get together.
Yep.
That always seems to happen a little bit more.
Defense wins champions.
Defense does win champions, and that's I wholeheartedly agree with that for sure.
Good pitching beats good hitting.
That's true. How are you liking the new baseball format overall?
The faster?
Faster.
It's good.
Yeah. I think I am of the opinion I like it when I watch it on TV, but when we go to a game, I want
I'm going to want it to be less.
Yeah, I think that's my opinion right there.
But I'm just excited because I saw like MLB took over the Diamondbacks. So now they're not blacked out. Since I have the MLB package, I can actually.
Oh, you
Because forever, I had Fox Sports. Like when I had DirecTV, I could watch the Diamondbacks just about every night. But I haven't watched them in several years now, and they're actually decent this year. But because of the blackout, but then I just read the other day that has been lifted, and so I was able to actually turn it on the other day. So it's cool.
Check the box for the Voodoo Ranger beer I mentioned, and it doesn't say anything about how it was brewed. It just says it's a fruit punch IPA. Yeah, Introvert came into chat at the end yesterday and was talking about Voodoo Ranger. What was the name of it again, Introvert? But there was one of their Voodoo Ranger IPAs, but it was like a fruit punch IPA thing. Defense wins champion, the motto of the 85 Bears. Exactly, Guardian Down. That's all I can cling to. Fruit Force. Have you heard of that one at all?
I have not heard of that.
Force?
No, I haven't really seen it.
Maybe I'll look that up quick as we're sitting here, but we're going to switch to a tequila here very shortly. Now here's something that drives wedges in sports fans. Does Barry Bonds belong in the Hall of Fame? Barry Bonds should almost be in the Hall of Fame just on his Pittsburgh Pirates career, is my opinion.
He was on his way.
I think he was already almost getting there anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know. You can start digging into is it okay that other players in the 70s and 80s were, obviously popping other pills and other things that were not, steroid enhancing, but they were, amphetamines, or they were doing other stuff. Like anything that gives you any kind of an edge, you could start complaining about. And I know baseball numbers are so holy. I don't know. I mean, it's hard to like.
I just didn't like Barry Bonds, so I'm happy that he's not.
So if you can take that out of it, though,
yeah. I mean, so then Sammy Sosa needs to go in.
Well, yeah.
And Mark McGuire should go in.
And Pete Rose should be in.
Pete Rose should be in, and Roger Clemens should be in. Mm-hmm. So all these people then should be in.
Yeah, I think it's not just that one player.
Yeah.
It's not just that one player. If you say that Barry Bonds should be in, you have to say all those
Palmeiro
others.
should be
I was
in.
just going to say Rafael Palmeiro.
There's all those. There's that group that
Mark
has
Grace should be in. Oh wait, that has nothing to do with that. He had the most hits in the 90s.
He did.
Didn't you actually tell him that?
I think I may have told him that.
I told Joe that story the other day. Something came up about that. I was like, Keith actually, and he was like, I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure he saw him like outside of a hotel.
I don't know if I said it directly to him or not.
No, I thought you did because
I may have.
You said something and then he said something
he was
back.
Kind of humble
like,
about
it.
it
In the 90s. Like you like brought up something. He's like, well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you, all of those guys. The steroid era was the best time in baseball. I don't know if it was necessarily.
It helped bring baseball back.
It did.
The Sammy Sosa, Mark McGuire. That was exciting.
That was very exciting.
I remember working at Arbuckle and
we all put a blind eye
and,
to that.
Yep.
Because you look back on it now and it's like obviously it was kind of.
It was exciting.
Sosa was probably the one that was more like, wait a minute, just because like Mark McGuire had always been a pretty big guy, he just got bigger.
Yeah.
Whereas Sosa also it's like you've never hit more than like however many home runs and then but. That was, it brought baseball back. It was an exciting race for sure. But you have to do, you can't just do one. You have to do all of those guys. Voodoo, let me look at this quick and then we'll go get that Voodoo Ranger. And then it was called Fruit Force. Fruit Force. Fruit Forward and Bold. I may have had this. Oh, that's called Juice Force. Is that what you called it? Is that what you said?
He said Fruit Force, I think. Yeah, Fruit Force.
Oh, is there a difference?
It's probably Juice.
Is it Juice Force or Fruit Force? I found Juice Force IPA. 9.5%, 30 IBUs. Highly drinkable. Buckle up. I think it's just a hazy IPA. It doesn't look like there's anything else in it. One thing with McGuire and Sosa is they both admitted to taking stuff while chasing each other, but the world was just in awe about the record. It never bothered anyone until the phrase PED came out. Yeah, I mean, that's how it was. Everyone was like so enraptured and having fun with all that. And like I said, obviously, Barry Bonds, like I'm not a huge Barry Bonds fan, but like when you watch those at bats where he is just like so on it, and then it's like he either just destroys the ball or takes a walk and just, when that one time when he came up with the bases loaded, he was the only person like a few times where he came up with the bases loaded and they walked him anyway. Yeah. Like that's just so like you don't see that. Like that's just kind of like amazing, interesting moments.
Yeah.
It literally is called Fruit Force. Huh.
Oh, there it is.
Is it this one?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm 21. I've said it 8 times. Oh, there it is. American style hazy IPA. Oh, with a fruit punch twist. What does that mean? Hops,
tastes like Hawaiian Punch. I don't know.
Yeah, it doesn't say anything. I'm going to assume it's just hazy stuff. I'm going to assume it's just hazy IPA stuff. Yeah, that's what I was just looking at. Just says fruit punch. I just assume it's a hazy IPA that says very fruit forward. So what's the odds I can tempt you boys into letting me gift a bottle of Origin so you can try it too? Maybe a little joint venture again as well. You could always tempt that, Berserker, but that would be way too kind. That would be way too kind. But I would not turn down the bottle, but that'd be way too nice. That'd be way too nice to send me a bottle of something.
We could have our annual viewer appreciation podcast a few months early.
The viewer appreciation podcast is because literally a viewer sent us something to try. We'd have to have you, like, I could figure out a way to put your camera right here. We could have the three. You could be the first, like, multiple guest
virtual
guest on the podcast. I definitely want to try that one after you talked about it. It sounded really good. All description are beyond my level. I just know it is in my top 3. It looks really, I've enjoyed actually the couple last Voodoo Ranger things I've had. At first I was kind of like, they were okay. Like I was not a huge fan of the Voodoo Rangers. Like it was all right, but some of their hazy things have been better.
I've thought recently about 2 things from them. The La Folie.
Yeah.
And then remember there was the sour IPA.
Cardboard Cope.
the sour IPA they had. Remember what was that one? It was right around the time of the La Folie.
Well, they also had, remember the one, what was the one that was one of our famous podcasts, but it was just because there was a band named after it.
The Clutch, the Lips of Faith. But they had one that they did a couple years in a row in the Bombers, like the La Folie, and it was like the
there was the double dry hopped.
We were like, oh my god, it's a sour IPA.
The Le Terroir, where it was the double dry hopped sour like something.
Maybe that was it. I don't know. There was something that was good.
Looking for a third for my top three. You got any suggestions? we have to make your top three now. I'd love to come for a live get together, but financing a cross country trip alongside the bottle is a little more expensive. No, I would say I could put your video feed right here. I would not expect that would be I mean, I would love to have you here.
Shipping.
I would love to have you there. We could go out to a restaurant. We could hang out. Like it'd be amazing. But like, if we could save you that part, and we could just,
you wouldn't have to pay the shipping.
I could just literally snap a finger, and you would just show up here.
Just bring it with you. It'll be a part of your plane ticket.
Exactly. All right. We'll come back to the rest of this conversation. Appreciate you guys all here being so talkative and having such a good time. We're going to go grab a tequila right now for the final beverage of the evening. We will be right back. And we are back. $5 Soldier Boy. Guardian down. I don't even know what that means. Is that meant for another chat? My God.
So isn't that the Boys?
Is Soldier? Oh, Soldier Boy is in the Boys. It's also an artist too. Isn't it?
Okay. Yeah.
I would definitely join you guys anytime. I know the last time Aaron and I did a stream, we talked about not doing it simultaneously anyways. Also, I'm using the laughing emoji too much because I'm trying to do other things while typing and forgetting what I wrote. I was going to say, I've never seen that used twice in one sentence. That's actually impressive. That's impressive. What three-time... Okay, now you're getting into trivia again. What three-time Grand Slam winning tennis player is the only African-American man to win a singles title at Wimbledon, the U.S. Open, and the Australian Open? Probably Arthur Ashe.
I say, yeah.
Yeah. Here we go. Right there. Didn't they do a movie on him? Did they do like a biopic or something? Or
probably.
Something?
I would think somewhere.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Look at that. Guardian down on top of that right away. I was going to remember his first name. I was about to say Ash something. So Ashley Ash Wednesday?
Ashley Ash?
Ashley Ash. The U.S. Open court, is it? That I did not know. That is an interesting piece of trivia. I like that. Did not know that at all whatsoever. All right, we're going to have the final podcast of the evening. I very much enjoyed that wine. I can't stop talking about it. That was really good, and I appreciate you searching that one down over buying. You were going to buy a bunch of whiskeys and a whole ton of other things. You said no. No. AAS, as they call it. I'm glad it wasn't ASS. His name was in Arthur Smith Stadium.
Yeah.
That could have been. Where are you going? Ass Stadium. Yeah. Glad they didn't do that. That would have been a bad choice.
What court are you playing on? Ass court.
What court are you playing on? The ass, of course.
Last sports question before I attempt the solo game.
Oh, the little solo GM flawless. All right. What's your last sports question? And then we'll do our podcast. The Pee Wee Herman's favorite song. Pee Wee Herman's favorite beverage.
Oh, no, that's not that. I'm not doing tequila. I was doing Rock Lobster.
Oh, is that where you're going for some reason? I thought you were going for something else. I thought you were doing When I'm a walk, I strut the
Oh, yeah.
Who is the only tennis player to win Wimbledon 8 times along with 5 in a row? Who's the guy with the Pete Sampras? The only guy I can think of.
So I noticed how it's not specific.
Oh.
In any way, I wonder if it's like Martina Navratilova.
Oh, could be.
Or something like that, but I honestly don't know.
It could also be one of the Williams sisters.
Could be, yes.
Sushi, how's
Serena?
it going? Good to see you. Pete Sampras won 6. Okay, I was close.
Such a cute little wave.
I know. That's one of Jav's emotes.
Okay.
That's one of his Sam emotes, little Sam wave. Yeah, I don't know. I can't think of anything. Yeah, like I said, the way you phrased it could mean that it was one of the
Wimbledon 8 times.
Halfway to a Keith Flex. Let's go.
You took that one off.
You're halfway to a Keith Flex.
I don't have that anymore.
I put it back up because we said remember we had other ideas for the next shirts and the next way we were going to do things.
Oh,
don't say what they are.
I forgot
don't
what
give
they
it
were.
away. One of the Williams. That's kind of what I was guessing, Sushi.
Well, it has to be Serena then.
All right. I'm going to get things set up while you tell us the answer. Nope. They want to combine 13. Well, that's pretty good. 13 seems like more than 8.
Wimbledon,
I would say that's the correct answer.
Along with 5 in a row.
Hint, his nickname is the Swiss Maestro. I cheated. Did you look it up? I know now. There's that other guy that always
not
like
Bjorn Borg.
Bjorn Borg? Oh, maybe.
No.
I was thinking of that. There's another guy like I always remember. Like
Andre Agassi. Oh wait, no.
No, definitely not Andre Agassi.
Steffi Graf. No, his name.
Martina Navratilova. Rude Sandstorm. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. So fucking stupid.
Ivan Lendl. No, he's
all right. You
Swiss.
got to tell us now. We got to move on. Now you got to tell us. Martin won 8, but not 5 in a row. Serena won it 9 times, but never 5 in a row.
That's a lot of Wimbledon winning.
I know. It seems like Wimbledon's kind of easy. Yeah, Wimbledon's kind of easy to get on a streak. I'm saying. I'm just looking up some stats.
Rod Laver. No, just throwing out tennis people's names now.
I can picture the other person I was going to guess, but I don't know what they look like.
Boris Becker.
Roger Federer.
Federer. Oh, is that why he's one of your goats?
Oh, that's right. He was in the goats, wasn't he?
Yes. Won 8 and
I mean,
5
but again,
in a row.
you named off like 87 people that win Wimbledon. It seems really easy.
Yeah.
I don't think that should be in your goat conversation. I'm kidding.
Totally kidding. All right. Thanks for the trivia, though. I like that.
Thank you for the trivia. We are going to get on to our final podcast of the evening. Federer. No, another amazing, like I said again, a lot of amazing people in tennis that I think are forgotten. One of them 2003, 2004, 2009, 2006, 2007. Well, that is 5 in a row.
Oh, okay.
It would have been funny if you said 2006 and then 2008. It would have been like, wait a minute. Hold on a second.
Gosh, going back 20 years. Oh, okay. I didn't realize he'd been around that long. Holy moly.
And then he just finally got fettered up.
He got fettered
He's
up.
like, I'm out. I'm done. I'm done with this sport.
Now tennis is unfettered.
Tennis is unfettered. Now I'm just going to have sandstorm in my head for the rest of the day. I just want to go see a football game. Sustainability. Let's see. Our story. Boom. Sports knowledge. Love it. Where is it?
Boom, 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 boom. No.
Oh, I thought it was under a year. I wasn't sure. All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
Are you feeling it?
Feeling some
Are you bringing it to the show?
Right.
Bringing it to the show. You got it ready?
Breakdance.
GM Flawless, here I come. Good luck, brothers. Good luck with your GM.
Good luck. And thank you for the sports trivia.
Yeah, thank you guys all for hanging out tonight.
All around knowledge. Yeah, it's been a good night.
Yeah, been a great night. Everybody chatting. Appreciate it very much. The last time when we had the Trader Joe's Añejo tequila, the question that kept coming up, at least for me, because I've been reading so much about it, it seems to be the biggest thing in the industry is it additive free? Could never quite find the information
Couldn't
on that
find that
since
out,
it's,
no.
Trader Joe's, they use different sources for the tequila. We still enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And like I said, and that was totally fine. But I've been wanting to find some good tequilas that are additive free, maybe that don't break the budget. So this is one I have seen recommended by several other creators, either on TikTok or on YouTube, have talked about this for a number of reasons. So hopefully this will be maybe what we're looking for. Maybe a good budget additive free tequila.
And maybe we could use it in that Montenegro drink.
That's very possible. So that's what we've got for this Give It a Shot. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Keith, and we are AboutBeverages.com. And the beverage that we're about today is the El Tequileno? Tequileno?
El Tequileno.
Well, no, it's L. It's just one L. If it was two L's, it'd be Lleno.
Maybe we should look up the
Tequileno.
pronunciation first. Should we redo all this? Because now you don't know how to pronounce.
Tequileno.
I thought you said it earlier, and I was like, oh, he's got
I
it.
I didn't know.
All right, well, now we're going to have to look up the pronunciation because this is embarrassing.
Tequileno.
Tequileno.
No.
I think it's just El Tequileno.
Because it's like tequila, but with año instead.
Well, that sounds gross.
Not,
That went another round.
Yeah, año.
Oh, can I put this up here?
Introverts saying yes. Yeah.
Keith is right. Well, I thought so.
Tequileno.
That's why I said.
Tequileno.
There it is. Tequileno.
El Tequileno.
El Tequileno.
El Tequileno. Okay. I'm Keith. I'm going to start from that. You said I'm Andrew.
Yeah, you can just do I'm Keith.
And I'm Keith. And we are AboutBeverages.com.
Oh, you know what? I shouldn't have this picture up on the screen.
Oh, okay.
Continuity. Do that. Now we've got it. Okay.
And I'm Keith, and we are AboutBeverages.com. And the beverage that we're about today is the El Tequileno Reposado Tequila.
Yep. That is definitely what we have today for this Give It a Shot. I have, like I mentioned, I've heard about this from several different creators. It is one of the additive-free tequilas. You can go on, there's actually a website specific. We'll put a link down there where you can go search for different brands. Surprisingly, some of the bigger brands actually are. Like I have seen, not Hornitos, but
Casamigos, you said?
No.
Oh, it's not.
It's not.
Oh, I thought you were saying you were talking about the not ones.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
no, sorry. Yeah, no,
Okay.
that one is definitely not.
Okay,
that one,
not.
yeah, no, your Patron actually surprisingly
Oh,
is. Like I
okay.
said, so there are some bigger brands that are. This one is a little bit more budget friendly. This one's right around $30 for the Reposado.
Okay.
The Blanco is a little bit cheaper. They do have an Añejo, and they have some other different levels up from that. But it has been one that I've been wanting to try.
Well,
for
you have
quite a
been
while.
in search of the additive free.
The additive free has become my
More
new
than
thing.
just 100%, because the agave is 100%.
Yeah.
But then there can be other things.
So then the
added.
interesting thing about this one, it is
Yeah.
not 100% Blue Weber agave.
Okay.
It is 100% agave, but not the typical
Blue
Blue Weber,
Weber.
which is
All right.
also, usually that's something that people make a big deal out of. It seems like people were not as concerned with that as long as the additive free part is there, because you're supposed to get a little bit more of the actual, of the agave plant,
Okay.
which is kind of a bigger deal. So we're going to find out how much of a difference that actually makes.
We don't need additives.
I mean, I don't want them because it usually makes some stuff sweeter unnaturally. The
Yeah.
vanilla, people talk about
Okay.
all that kind of stuff. And then, usually if you're doing that, there's other processes that are probably not quite as environmentally and friendly to agriculture as it possibly could be.
Still, it's quite, for a Reposado, it's quite light, though.
Yeah, most Reposados, it's 2 to 12 months for your aging process. I didn't actually look to see what this one is. Again, we'll have a link down to the bottom to their website as well.
Kind of reminds me of the rum from a few weeks ago. The
Probitas. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this actually might be even a little
Color-wise.
lighter than that, to be
Yeah.
honest.
I think
even
it
though
might
that
be.
one was fairly light.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is definitely on the lighter side. You definitely have some age on here. I'm going to say this is maybe more closer to like a 6 months then, because we've had some. Our biggest joke is what was it? The extra Añejo was like, oops, we forgot some
We
barrels
forgot
in the
it.
corner,
We
because
forgot it in
that's
the
like,
corner.
yeah. So, all right, to the aroma.
Yeah, absolutely. Tequileno.
That was funny. I've been saying it, and then I get underconfident on how I've been saying things
Yeah.
as soon as we're about it, because I'd heard people say it, and I was like, oh, El Tequileno, but I kept wanting to add like an extra little something in there.
Tequileno.
It was highly
Because
unnecessary.
I was like, okay, it's like tequila, Tequileno. But then it's funny, it's not a tilde over the N, it's like a accent mark. which kind of threw me. So I didn't know if it was nya.
I think so. Like you can see here that it actually is supposed to be an accent. That's just their fancy graphic accent.
Oh, okay. Tequileno. But even that's not nya. Tequileno.
I mean, that is.
That is, but the phonetic spelling is not.
Right.
Tequileno. We'll say it the right way next.
All right, you ready?
I am.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
Oh God. Okay.
I love that aroma. That's like the right balance of the fruit. There's like a little wood, a little smoke almost, but not too much. It's almost like it's just want to put a little pinch of salt in there, and it is just that aroma. It's a great start, I think.
Yeah, I completely agree. I don't really have anything to add to that. Yeah, it's all of those things you just said. I could easily just a little pinch of salt, and I want to get right to the taste. Really.
Normally, reposados, and once again, this is just from the aroma. I do like to use blancos in my margarita, but at least from the aroma, I'm thinking, it'll make a damn good margarita.
Yeah, I would hope so. Let's do the taste.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
El Tequileno. Sibilance.
Yeah, exactly.
Tequileno.
Thank God Introvert was here. That would have taken a lot longer.
Tequileno. I don't know why I had that.
Because
I didn't actually. I had something else.
Well, you said rock, but the way you did it made me think of that. One of the best xylophone solos ever. Not that song, but from that band. That's probably one of my favorite Violent Femmes songs.
I only know 3.
I mean, it's a short list. I have their greatest hits, and there's a little bit more on there. Like I said, half joking there, but it's definitely. Oh, I thought of the other day. Speaking of that, like how my rude joke is always like, oh yeah, they probably have a good greatest hits album. It'd just be that one song. Like we used to joke, it'd just be that one song or whatever.
Right.
Yeah, they have a good greatest hits 45.
The A side and the B side.
The B side, and the B side is just a cover of the A side by someone else.
It's the instrumental version.
It's the instrument, exactly. That was always funny when you get a 45. You'd actually have the instrumental version. I thought you did not like. No, I actually do. I do like Violent Femmes.
The band.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, not
just in general.
Not the women's group that's striking outside right now at my house for some reason. I don't know why.
It's the Violet Femmes you're not a big fan of.
They're a much more flowery group.
Yeah. Dress in purple.
Oh. No, I do like the Violent. Especially I like that Gone Daddy Gone. Gone Daddy Gone. The love is gone. In. He definitely has a sound for a time and place, his vocals. Like, I will say that. I'm not saying I'm like, wake up every day playing
Lulls me to
Femmes.
sleep.
It's not that bad.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Put that on when I'm falling asleep.
I was listening to that album earlier this week. Oh, nice.
More coincidences.
It is the amount of coincidences. Yeah, like we've gone over several of them tonight, but that's like literally like triple coincidences going on. Okay, I think I'm ready.
Yep, me too.
You sure?
Mm-hmm.
You set? Okay,
ready.
That is excellent.
I like the aroma more than the taste.
Funny, I like the taste a little more than the aroma. I like that there's a little spice in there. Yeah. So I get a little nice spice, little like almost peppery. There's almost a little like fruit vegetable, probably from the plant itself, actually being able to taste that. There's a nice coating on my tongue, which I like.
That's good. I like that.
I'm not getting the smoky that you talked about in the aroma. And there's just a nice little, there's not even like a real sweetness to it. It's more about the, like I said, the plant, like I said, the little oak kind of in there as well. I think that's great because it just tastes, and I think these flavors being a little bit, to your point about a margarita specifically, I think because they feel a little more amplified, I think they would really come through when they get that punch of you throw in some lime juice, some agave nectar, and I'm glad this isn't sweet at all. I think that's sometimes what can ruin a margarita is when you buy stuff that has those additives already in there, and then it makes it almost a little too much like that. I think this is going to punch that up a lot. So what are you missing in the taste that you were hoping for that you got in the aroma?
I think what was in the aroma to me is it's just dialed down a little bit in the taste. But the body is good, and I like it. The aroma, I was like, ooh. And the taste, I'm more like, yeah.
Okay.
As opposed to,
I think I thought
aroma
for some...
maybe 8, taste maybe 7, that kind of thing.
I guess I'd probably flip. It was funny. Like I liked the aroma and I thought it was good, but maybe I just had the initial thought that it was going to go way down after that. And since it didn't, but in a different way, maybe that's why I liked it a little bit. No, especially for that price. Like I think this is kind of the good go-to range. I'd like to try the Blanco now to see what that does. I would definitely like to try other stuff from them.
So is the no additive thing like an important thing for you? Is that like paramount? Like
I think when I can find something that is at this price range of where I would normally buy other stuff for making a margarita, then it's like if it's even a few extra dollars, like I would spend that extra money to have that, because I think there is a difference in that flavor profile. The little bit more tequila that I've had, like the Fortaleza that we did on a podcast, which that one's much more expensive, and that
do
was
we
in
know
Añejo.
if that one is?
That one is additive free.
Okay, good.
And that was why I bought that one as well at the time. That one is much more expensive. That one's $50 to $60. So I'm not going to mix that one. I'm having that, but that one's, got a little more age to it, a little more butteriness to it. Like that one's, really good in that way. I think it's worth spending a little bit extra. I wouldn't go like crazy because you're making it a margarita. But I think if you can find something like this that is in that $25 to $30 range, I think that's a good thing to do. And especially when you're getting this flavor too.
Yeah. And I could see I'm guessing you have to go to a certain threshold to get the no additive part price wise.
I'm guessing that.
Then you don't have to go all the way up like you said as you did with the other ones. So.
Yeah, you don't have to quite go that far for sure at all. Not at all. But where you could go, though, is our website at AboutBeverages.com. You can go there to check out all the other tequilas we've had in the past. We've had a lot of different ones over the years. Or if tequila is not your thing, we've had lots of different things. Waters, sodas, whiskeys, beers, wines. You name it, we have probably tried it at some point if it is legal here in the U.S.
Hopefully those will be your thing.
Hopefully those will be your thing. Exactly, 100%. If you only want the latest videos, YouTube is the best place to go for that. You can hit the subscribe button and never miss out on any of the content that we have there, whether it is, again, beverage-related content or gaming stuff that happens. It can be found there as well. If you only want audio things and stuff, Google Podcast, iTunes, Spotify, are the current options. If there is a favorite podcasting app that you have, to search for About Beverages. More than likely we'll be there. If we're not, let us know. We'll try and see if we can get on that app so we can make you happy for sure, because we appreciate you guys hanging out and consuming the content. Also, there might be some other pillars hanging out, right?
Those 3 pillars of social media, which currently for us are TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter, which is the one that we use most often to keep you up to date on what is going on here at About Beverages. Like earlier this evening when I tweeted that we were about to go live on twitch.tv/AboutBeverages, which we do most Thursday evenings around 5:30 Pacific. When we get together, try some beverages.
That's right.
Have some fun. Hang out. Also, throughout the week, Andrew's going to keep you up to date on what he is doing in the gaming world and what he will be drinking while he is doing those things in the gaming world. So for all the latest at About Beverages, follow us on Twitter.
But, as we always say, for over a decade now, whether we like it or not,
you should give it an additive-free shot.
Nice. And that is a podcast. Yeah, would it, like if it was like, this is going to sound bad, if non-additive, like whatever, if there was like those little bit of additives and it was $25 and the only way you could get it additive free was $50, like that would be like, I'm making margaritas.
Because it's not like it's like the coloring, or is that like, because like Cuervo Gold, it was always like, it only has to be 51% from the plant.
Right, from those kind of things.
It could be this coloring, and it could be all these different things. And
so they can add 1% of up to 4 different things, which are coloring. And then it's always like, and then it's other flavorings, because that's people always talk about. Like usually if you find a tequila that's like sweeter and like, the vanilla, and that's usually because they've added additives like Casamigos. Like I said, I'm not going to go through the whole list of different things.
Right.
Like I said, even the Terramano that we had, I'm pretty sure that one is the same thing. Like I said, we like that one. Like I like that one. So it's not like it's a complete deal breaker. But now that I have kind of tried to have more of these types of things and tried, to sample more of that stuff, I definitely think there is a difference. You may not like that difference because it's bringing out more of the actual vegetableness of the plant, the vegetalness of the plant, as you like to say. Like it's showing more of that off. But I think that's what makes it unique. Like I don't need it to taste like other things. I don't want it to taste like whiskey or scotch. Like, and that's kind of sometimes where those fall into.
What was the one that used to give you the bad dreams?
Oh God,
was it Sauza?
It was probably one of the Sauzas or something. Maybe one of the cheaper ones.
It wasn't Hornitos, I don't think, but.
No, it was probably one of the because like I've bought that for margaritas too. Like if you're having a big party, it's like hard to like buy like tons of more expensive stuff. But Mom told me that I could be anything when I grew up, so I became a tree and grew out. Spell check when I grow up. Oh my gosh, it's fine. You're fine, brother. Still waiting for Destiny to load. Sometimes that can be a thing. But yeah, I'm excited to try that in a market. I need to go out and I'm like out of like supplies.
I think what kind of supply?
These are your supplies? Lime juice. Yeah. This is your 3 days worth of supplies. It's probably one of the best lines ever made. They were cutting the tequila as absinthe. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what they were doing. They're cutting it with absinthe. That seems to be a big thing now. I saved another drink from that guy that we've been watching lately, or that I've been watching lately with the,
Oh yeah.
And
the beard guy?
He did it. Yeah, no, he did another drink and it was like, absinthe spritz. I need to get it like an absinthe spritz thing now.
Didn't you say that he the guy who tried the Trader Joe's Amaro, the Pronto,
and he liked it.
Okay,
no, he pretty much said the same thing where he was like, it's different, but at that price difference, he was kind of like he was very favorable on it.
I have really enjoyed. It's just been a refreshing summer drink to have the Amaro spritz with that, so I enjoyed that, and I tried the Campari next to it, and I'm like, I don't. Not so much.
I need to try Aperol or for the first time. Did we have?
Yeah, no, we haven't had that.
Okay, thank God. Yeah. I thought my memory was going again. I was like, have we had Aperol? I need to try that. Like I said, I especially for that price difference, I think it brings the bitterness. I would love to try that now in a Negroni.
Yeah,
I think that would bring that over the top. Like that'd be something I would like. that Campari is just so. I don't know. That's for someone that likes IPAs and everything else. It's just a different level of bitter.
It's just weird, and that one actually has
which
coloring.
You didn't mind the Campari.
I don't mind it. I prefer the other. Also, too, what I've since found out is Campari.
We happy? Vincent. We happy?
Yeah, we happy.
Brothers, thank you for the 100 bits. I appreciate that. Did you know there's a difference between ignorance and apathy? I don't know it, and I don't care. Thank you for the 100 bits. I appreciate that. We have Aperol here if you want to try it. I'll have to try it next time then. I'll have to take a sip of that. I continue my Amaro journey.
Yeah.
I finally actually used that properly the other day. Sorry, you were saying something. There's coloring you said in the
is added to Campari. It's not now. It's not all natural. Whereas the Trader Joe's, the Pronto, it gets it from I guess grape skins or grape. Oh, so it's all natural.
It was like a darker kind of more purple red, like when we tried
it wasn't
as
that
opposed
like
to that bright red. Yeah, it wasn't like cinnamon red hot's red.
So,
have a beer you guys should try. What is that, brothers? What should we try?
This is good though. And that aroma. I wonder if that would make that difference in that. I know we used the añejo. We just felt that wasn't harmonious. I wonder if this would
maybe
bring more harmony to that. Who knows?
This does seem to have like comparing those two. This seems to, even though it's a Reposado, have a little more kick though than the añejo did. I thought the Campari had some kind of beetle involved.
Oh, I don't know if it's that or not. Might be. Well, we enjoyed your stay here as well. So thank you for being here.
Appreciate it. I got to make a run to the store, but I enjoyed my stay. Introvert, of course, as always. Appreciate you being here. Thankfully, you were here just the right time. What gives Campari its red color? Campari is invented. It was originally colored with carmine dye derived from crushed cochineal insects.
Yeah.
There we go. Which gave the drink its distinctive red
originally,
color.
But I don't know if it still is.
So it might not be anymore.
Yeah, we used to have a non-dairy beverage that was like strawberry that was used that for coloring. And then,
oh, really?
Yeah, we haven't had that for years. So,
Noli, born and raised IPA. IPA are big, bold.
Yep.
Shout out to Spokane. This Copper-colored ale is our most complex offering. Munich and Crystal Malt, Sinus, Porter Bonnie, Chinook and Cascade. Always love those. Favorite Washington grown hops. Dry hop with Cascade and CDZ for bigger hop aromas that enhance it. That sounds really good. I'll definitely have to look for that for sure. I don't know if we get that brewery down here, but that sounds tasty. Third century Gasperi Campari figured out how to turn his herbal liqueur red using carbonated dye extracted from the... Wait a minute. It's almost like I just looked that up on Google.
Yeah.
Did you just take that from Google?
That. That's all in.
It's all in
the
here.
noggin.
I can't believe that.
Their noggins.
HJ, this is so fast.
The HJ noggin.
All right. Well, we are going to dip out of here. We did a little bit of an extra long show because we started early.
Yeah,
we went late. What's going on?
Yeah, all kinds of chat, things to catch up on. Very good.
Spokane, Washington. They ship it worldwide. Plus, it has 1 International Beer Awards. Ooh, nice.
Okay.
All right. Well, I'll have to find out if I can get some of that. You were too fast. That's how it goes sometimes. But yeah, thank you guys all so much for hanging out.
That's what she said.
Appreciate. Yeah. Well, that's never.
Oh,
a
wait,
problem.
no.
Wait, that's fine. But yeah, had a wonderful, wonderful evening. We'll be back next week
lots
with
of good chat.
what were you talking about? You already had something. Probably one of those. Hopefully, you find keep one of those things that you showed me because I'd like to try one of those.
We could do that.
Either the Tempachi or the other thing.
I have some other beers. I got a lot of beer at.
Yeah.
So we could maybe dip into one of those.
I have the 12-year Jura that we could also have.
Okay.
We've talked about that because I just got that the other day, so that might be nice to open up. So
sounds like we've got some options.
So I think we've got some things and stuff. So tune in for that next week, 5:30 Pacific, 8:30 Eastern, for some more good times in beverage podcasting. We're going to go say hi to Mr. Mitch right now. He's playing some Diablo 4, which I will be playing tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 o'clock Eastern, getting into the new season of that. But yeah, if you want a preview of someone that plays the game probably better than I do, let's go say hi to him. Either this or that or the other thing.
That or the other.
And
this is very
good. Yeah.
And that would be good too.
What do you? I want this, that, and the other.
And the other.
And the other. All right, let's go say hi to Mitch, and I will see you guys all tomorrow. He will see you next week. And
thank you everybody for being here. Have a great evening.
That's right. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening.
Good rest of your week.
The rest of the week till the weekend. Good night.
And beyond.